So, back everyone, officially. Welcome back. Oh boy.
Woo. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Yay.
Yes, thank you. And the hashtags are now live on Twitch, the Pride hashtags. When we last left off, the Chimeras had made their way through the jungle southeast towards the wreckage of this seemingly strange ship with unusual sails that had crashed into the jungle itself. This was, of course, after you had slain Arctis Climber and Dragonbait, your secondary mission in Chult itself. Your primary mission being to locate and destroy this device known as the Soulmonger, which has been siphoning souls from all across Faerun into a deep, dark part of the central jungles. To what end and for what purpose remains to be determined. Your benefactor, Lady Moonfire, is suffering from an affliction that has been linked back to this device, which has been causing other maladies of varying intensity across individuals who have been recently resurrected throughout Faerun. There is also a theory that people who have died and who have not been resurrected, their souls are also being siphoned into the Soulmonger itself. So the clock is ticking as more souls begin to be drawn towards this beacon. The finest minds in the Black Hand, as well as some of these Zhentarim's allies within the Red Wizards of Thay. The Red Wizards having a complicated structure wherein several splinter groups appear to have been acting independently over the past decade. These splinter groups, acting independently for their own gain, recently encountered the Chimeras. A gift presented by your new ally, Valindra Shadowmantle. Apparently, a lich that had taken a liking to the party after your actions at Camp Vengeance. I'm actually going to say the correct camp this time. After your actions at Camp Vengeance with resurrecting some of the dead there, some of our party members dabbling in necromancy and others in eldritch energy from beyond the veil, had a bit of a contest of wills in the prologue to our Redux campaign. One of whom serves, again, eldritch powers from beyond the veil, and another who serves the great Undying One. Together, and specifically towards Trey. This lich found herself gravitated towards the Chimeras, to which she offered a gift. That gift being one of these splinter factions of Red Wizards, the very same splinter faction of Red Wizards that had murdered Trey's parents in an attempt to locate the mystical tome, which allows Trey direct access to commune with their patron, the great Undying One, known as Vecna. After defeating both Arctis Climber and Dragonbait, and Xylus Flandril, leader of the splinter group of Red Wizards, you reeled in your victories, basked in the glory. You were paid by the Dreadlord Halia Thornton, who had come through a temporary portal opened by your Black Sun agent that is embedded within the Chimeras, Elena. And after soaking in your victory and spending a few romantic moments, Trey, with Valindra, the Lich, you had departed the base of the pyramid at Orlunga once more and headed southeast into the jungle towards this wreckage and deeper towards your destination of Omu. That's where we're going to pick up the session. Before the session started, we had everyone carve up the T-Rex, so we've done a bit of survival skinning and recovered some trophies from the King of Feathers that you had defeated at the end of the previous session, just a legendary giant Tyrannosaurus Rex. You'd also recently sent a letter to Ifentel Roa requesting formal support from one of the wandering Zhentarim convoys of merchants that traverse different trade routes. One of which was apparently close by and is en route to meet you. So, Chimeras, what do you do?
So we also decided that we're gonna keep going the next hour or two in and make camp so that we can get to the Star Maiden not at midnight the next day. So I guess that's what we're gonna do is keep going.
Are we dragging the big boy behind us?
We can certainly try.
I could cast Enlarge on you again. And
or you could, do you have Reduce as well?
I do have Reduce.
Because you could just reduce the dinosaur.
I could reduce the dinosaur one size.
Big brain moment. This is the only big brain moment I will have all
Let me see if it specifies
session.
it's a living creature real quick.
I mean...
If not, we have plenty of rope. We just do a trail and we will just grab. We tie it to the back of Helga.
I mean, it was living very shortly ago.
It's deep roasted now, though. So
It's a creature or object. Essie, would you allow a T-Rex corpse to be an object?
Sure. I don't see why not.
Hell
So,
yeah.
It is only concentration up to a minute, though, guys.
we sprint. We grab and we sprint.
I mean, you're not. You're going to get a minute away, which is just off screen, and then it's going to pop back out again.
Well,
a minute of sprinting.
Maybe we could use that minute to get it in a better situation, like lifting it up and putting it on something that's easier to. Or alternatively, we could just leave it.
I vote that one.
You do have a party member who is adamant about you leaving the corpse of this giant Tyrannosaur behind.
Dude is protesting greatly about this.
it would be fun to have it be to ride it again, though.
Y'all are gonna get eaten.
I want no part of this.
I want no part of this.
I want no part of this.
Hella puts in her 2 cents in this. Right, I like y'all, most of y'all.
So tired
but
of us.
the idea of resurrecting a zombified, undead Tyrannosaur, that's a little bit more than fucked up and a little bit more than what I signed up for. So,
Dude says here.
my vote.
That's literally only the dumb of ass squad.
If I get one.
I
If I even
my
get
axe
one.
dangerously close to the dinosaur to raise it.
Oh my god.
Well, you heard Hella. I think she's got a fair point.
She knows what she's saying. She's experienced.
You two give me mad. What the fuck are those 2 dudes from the Road to El Dorado?
Yes.
Bad idea. Don't do it.
Don't do it. I don't suggest it.
Stars are not aligned.
Stars not aligned.
Stars aren't aligned. Stars aren't aligned. Not today. I mean, they were bards. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I get the concern, but the distance we'd be able to cover on the back of this thing.
Do you get the concern? Do you get the concern?
Would be if it became an undead.
If it becomes an undead, I am.
But do you get the
built for
concern?
fighting.
Because
If it becomes undead, then we can
if you got the concern,
if it goes rogue, we could just kill it again.
Guys.
How about I've got an idea. We let Trey stay here with the corpse of this thing, and then the rest of us travel about 2 hours to the south, set up camp, and then Trey can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I second that. I think that's a great idea. I don't want to be by it. You can stay there.
Yeah, let's start it.
Trey. Don't care.
I'll stay with you, Trey.
I third it.
We're separating then.
Elena
Let's
says,
party.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Allery, are you staying with
What
us?
if I die?
Allery has been smiling
If-
all the time. He's like,
If y'all die,
Allery is gonna kind of look to you both like, come on, guys, we can't do this. We would need everyone's support if
y'all
Damon
die,
was
you're
gonna
not.
get-
Dune says, thank you! Yes!
Though I do think it would be so cool.
No!
And I really want to do it.
No!
It's such a bad
Squad
idea.
mom
We can't
wants
do
to
this.
do it.
I mean,
Nim is just
just
like,
say the word.
Nim's like, if y'all get yourself killed, if y'all get yourself killed, you're not allowed in my tiny hut tonight.
Well, we would be dead.
Don't come by my house.
Wow,
It
I can't
just
believe
seems like
you're
a
really
waste.
gonna stop being my roommate over this, Nim?
We're all roommates now, buddy. Come on, let's go. We're burning daylight, and I want to see the fun ship in the trees.
Let's.
Alright, fair.
Come on, Trey.
We already got stuff from it. Let's go.
Allery's gonna push Trey by the small of his back. Come on.
I'm just grumbling.
Yeah.
You can raise the next dinosaur we fight.
I just pictured
Prom?
Trey and
No
Reese
promises.
both sulking in the back of the group.
He's like muttering in orc, just like, I just wanted to raise a fucking dinosaur, man. That would be so cool. As he's
Maybe
walking.
if we find a smaller dinosaur, then you can
But,
have
like-
it as a pet.
But like it's not like it's very limited in the amount of time, but it would be so cool to ride that thing. Like I'm also ready.
You know the little hissy dinosaurs?
Those
Imagine
little
raising a
shits.
pack of them.
Daria just.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh right, no offense, Daria. Well, look,
She kinda,
I was
like,
inside of that
hisses
guy's
at Trey.
mouth. Okay, at this point, I'm not a. Fine. Just fine.
Celebrate with your claws. Let's go.
start stringing them with the necklace.
Off we go.
Hella says, oh, so you're capable of logical thought. All right.
Damn.
I turn back and take out my axe and walk towards the dinosaur, and I just stare at it. And I stare at it. I look at Hella. I stare at it. I look at Hella. Stare at it.
I'm like, Hella,
Trey?
you wouldn't want to test
Trey?
I'm
Trey,
just
let's
like,
do it.
holy
Trey.
Jokingly, I take out my axe and put it over. I'm not actually raising it, but like I start using like kind of Eldritch energy, and I say rise to see everyone's reaction.
Make a deception check.
Dude's gonna walk away. I'm done. Goodbye.
18.
Okay. Hella and
Talking with
Elena are both like, no, don't.
I'm just
Hella
like,
has her hand on the crossbow,
yes.
and she just whoosh, pulls over the shoulder crossbow.
I look back and start laughing. Wait, how did Dune
Oh,
react?
you fucking arse! Alright, I'm out of here. And she just starts pushing her way south.
way.
Dude is running away.
Alright.
Dune simply sprinted.
Dude has the puff tail thing and is
Yes.
sprinting.
Punches
So like,
Ray.
poof.
Hella's like, it was just a sick joke. He's not actually doing nothing. Sheesh.
Never said I never said I wasn't an arse.
Can't believe Emily just hissed in my face.
That sounds very believable. I don't know why you can't believe that.
Hmm?
Point proven.
Alright. So the rest of you travel an additional 2 hours south.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the player's map. For anyone on the Twitch stream, we're about to get a little laggy just for a second, so bear with us
So
as
many
this
little
loads.
dots.
Yeah,
So
it's all
many
those it's all those white little dots that have to spawn in. Actually, that wasn't too bad.
Oh
Because
shit,
we've
that
cleared
actually was
so many of them.
Oh wow.
That's right, yeah. Because of the plateau at Mabala. So you get a little bit closer, about 2 hours south. And who would like to make the survival check for the evening for finding a camp, or would you like to defer
Mine.
to Hella and give her advantage?
Allery
Let Hella
will.
do it.
Allery wants to start cooking the meat. So, Elle, do you want to do the advantage thing for Hella?
Yeah, I'll give Hella advantage.
Does this mean I don't need to fucking go to the river and get water again?
No,
Basically.
because Allery will use the jug, the alchemy jug, and just get us
That's right.
water.
I
Can't
could have
believe you
saved
forgot
us.
about that.
I
Oh,
can't believe I
man.
forgot about it either. I was so excited about it back like 4 or 5 episodes ago.
Uh-huh.
Ellery, that would have saved us so much time.
Traveling about 2
You could
hours.
also make us a jar of mayonnaise.
That's true. You can make lots of mayonnaise.
He wants mayonnaise with the beef.
Curse.
Silly stuff.
Mayonnaise and beef? There you go. You can make a sandwich.
Exactly.
So you travel about 2 hours south and just get to the edge of the jungle where it meets a bit of a patchy wasteland.
So,
You're able to set up camp for the evening in the dome. Yep. You have a little bit of power over the group now. All right, as you begin to set up the tiny hut in the dome, the bubble,
yeah.
which
Dome.
you usually make it a little bit translucent in color, right? So you start to summon the dome.
I usually make it into whatever's around it
Okay.
as well as I can.
So the dome appears, and you're all able to set up a small isolated campsite inside the relative protection of the dome. Once again, as you did closer to Orlunga, setting it up just on the forest edge, kind of perfectly hidden and set back a little bit from a patch of barren waste. Is anyone taking watch for the evening, being inside the dome?
I will.
I will also.
Get out of the dome and do a little perimeter check, looking around as well.
I'll do a watch after Trey does.
As soon as Nim was able to start casting Tiny Hut, they were like, huh, watches? What's that? I'm sleeping through the night.
Okay.
I rolled a 15 on perception.
Okay. There's this eerie calm that falls over this particular region of the jungle. It's almost as if the jungle around you is devoid of life. Things seem to keep their distance from your camp, but otherwise nothing really seems to catch your eye or make its way any closer.
Just to make sure, divine sense.
So thank you, Harlan. The music is very good. It's Guild of Ambiance. So Trey, just to make sure you...
Yeah, I'm divine sensing, because the void of life is making me very sus. Because, it's not the void of unlife.
Sure. So what would you like to do?
Divine sense.
Oh, sorry. Right. Sometimes words don't process. Divine sense. You pop a
Okay.
divine sense. You're not really picking anything up. It's just things seem to be keeping their distance from your camp.
Fair enough. I mean, we did just fuck up a huge dinosaur, so understandable. Yeah, I've got nothing else to do.
Okay. Otherwise, your watch concludes without incident. Who's taking second watch?
Me.
Okay. Good. Make a perception check.
That's gonna be 18.
Okay. Again, you notice the same sort of eerie calm around you.
Yeah.
Though you're vision is drawn towards the star goddess. Well, sorry, you don't actually know the name of the wreckage, but it's there. You can see it. So the wreckage of the ship that is strewn about in the trees. Your vision is drawn in that direction. And you see falling before your face, as it has before, a single black feather. Just and kind of floats down before you.
Can I reach out and catch it?
Yeah. You just put your hand out and it falls into the palm of your hand. Black raven feather.
Interesting. Can I do my magic awareness thing?
Sure. Nothing within 60 feet seems to catch your attention. It's just... I mean, it did come from the sky, but there's just this quiet. The sights and sounds of the sounds of the jungle are present, but distant. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Harlan.
Well,
Thank you so
there's
much
nothing
for
else
the
I do,
subscription.
so I'll put the feather on with the other one necklace. Finish my watch, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so you attach that to your necklace, and the rest of your watch passes without incident.
Okay.
Who's taking third watch?
I don't think anyone else is taking third watch. The rest of us are completely like
Okay.
Blacked out.
Thank you,
believing
Chriselle,
in
for the follow.
ability of the dome. So we just fucking go to sleep.
All right.
Trey and Reese are both incredibly paranoid.
I have complete faith in Tiny Hut, and it is my duty as the one who cast Tiny Hut that I am not to take a watch anyway. I did hard work.
Who has the highest passive perception?
Not
I
me.
think it's actually.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you for the bits, Kat.
Mine is
Mine is 4.
7.
I don't. Oh, it's probably Dune. Mine's 15.
Yeah, it's probably Dune.
Mine's 12.
Dune, when you first open your eyes in the morning, you see something that's rather strange. It's kind of still at first, but kind of right outside of the dome, there is the enormous head of a Triceratops just looking right at you. Just...
Fun. Love to see it. Does it look aggressive?
It's just kind of sitting there, curious, kind of tilts its head a little bit. Makes a little...
I would like to exit the hut and pet it.
Okay.
Do I need to do anything for that?
Nope.
You lose a hand.
They're herbivores, I believe.
You right.
I believe. Fairly certain. Hi, Stinky.
We'll say that... Oh, is our mascot back?
Our mascot is back. He woke up.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, Stinky.
Elena?
What a babe.
Daria? Daria's kind of off to the side here.
This dude's probably
Reese?
Am I about
the
to get
trader.
eaten?
No, it's probably
I mean,
the
they're
trader. 'Cause They
herbivores.
were riding in stripes.
And you do also see, kind of off to the side, smoking a hand-rolled cigarette, kind of leaning on the back of the Triceratops, is a woman. Rough and rugged, and she just kind of looks over and sees you exit and says, "Morning."
I'll say hiya.
Good morning.
I don't like a
I'm gonna say it loudly. Hiya.
You're a little bit cheery, aren't you?
Well, it's not every day you wake up and there's a Triceratops in your face.
Oh, that's
that's
Dreadhorn. Just seems to have taken a liking to you.
I like her too, and I'm gonna keep petting her. Doing the cat nuzzle thing.
When Allery sees that we have a merchant here, or what is supposedly the merchant, Allery is going to also exit the dome, and it's like, "Good morning. Are you the merchant sent by Ufintalroa?"
They are herbivores.
That would be me, yeah. I'm
Perfect.
Jenna Moreau, and again, this is Dreadhorn. My
meet you, Jenna.
lovely girl. Isn't she so great? And she kind of pats the Triceratops on the butt, and it just...
I get out of tiny hut looking very groggy, helmet on, like staring daggers. Like, how are you like this in the morning, dude? It's too early.
Dune's gonna turn back to Trey and be like, "Fun
That's
fact,
what a full.
did you know that Triceratops, while being herbivores, are the most aggressive herbivores? So it's lucky that she's tamed. Aren't you, baby?" I'm gonna keep petting her.
I'm gonna take out my axe.
And Reese rouses, and it's just like, it's too early for fun facts.
You can
I
also
grab my
see...
axe. Oh.
You grab your axe, and...
I was gonna grab my axe and stare at it, contemplate my life decisions, and just kind of walk
What
away
are all
for a
these things
minute.
around us, huh? What I'm seeing this, Aaron. What are these things?
Nim,
She kind of turns around and says, "Oh, those are just our convoy guards."
Oh, okay.
So-
All right, just making sure. We've
Yeah,
been ambushed.
One
a
of
lot.
them, one of them kind of looks
Nim.
over and just kind of...
Nim.
All right.
Nim leaves the tiny hut, so the tiny hut goes away.
The bubble disperses.
Nim walks out the door, and it just bursts.
What was the fact?
Nim goes, "I'm rather fond of Dune's fun
The
facts."
fact?
Wait,
My fun fact?
Yeah, what was your fun fact about the Triceratops again?
It was that while being herbivores, they
Can't hear you, bud.
Yeah, I think your push to talk cut out.
Oh, yes, it did. Sorry.
It,
It is that they're herbivores, but
they're the most aggressive.
It's like, fun fact, while being
They're the most
herbivores,
aggressive
they're the most
herbivores.
aggressive of the herbivores. So it's good that she's tamed and friendly.
Well, I mean, this one in particular seems to have a knack for figuring out who's an ally and who's not. So,
Carly.
June's just gonna be like, "And we're friendly, aren't we?" Like nuzzling a little.
make an animal handling check.
Oh no.
A what?
Make an animal handling check.
Fuck me. No, I don't want to do that.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god.
Remember when I said you lose a hand? Yeah.
Okay. So you get very, very close to the Triceratops, and she kind of looks at you cautiously, and as you put a nose on her horn, she just and kind of pushes you back off of her, and you almost trip over the rock, but you put a hand down and you're able to kind of almost cartwheel over the rock and kind of back down into a defensive position. And she kind of like takes one of her front hooves and kind of makes these aggressive gestures, and the handler, Jenna, just whoa girl, easy. Oh, sorry about that. She's usually not this testy with strangers. Oh, especially not allies.
Dune is a special kind of stranger.
Apparently, but that's all right.
For a split second, when like Dune's like almost falling back, you see Trey kind of wake up and like flinch to go to Dune, and then be like, "You know what? I'm tired." And kind of let it happen, and just like he's just like, "It's fine.
Well, you
Let
can
it happen." And nothing happened.
you can see that.
Her dead on her feet, like just eyes closed, but like standing still. You're not sure if she's sleeping or.
So Triceratops have they have short feet with 4 hooves on each feet, so they're
Okay.
kind of like hoovy claws.
Okay. That's what I
And
thought.
their hands have 3 rather than 4.
Perfect. Thank you, Dune.
Fun fact.
Fun fact,
Then
you
Dune
also
makes that
have a
tiny
kitten.
mule.
Yes.
Dune also mules, very small.
So, the woman known as Jenna kind of just takes one last drag of her cigarette and just throws it down on the ground and puts it out. So, what can I do for you? Is there, I know there's some merchandise requests. I'd be happy to show you whatever I have. And, well, I mean, we're a little bit limited as far as magic items and that sort of thing. We don't really have too much along the lines of anything too exotic, but anything for fellow Zhentarim. We got enough, at least, to resupply you. Some of the basics, some of the essentials, that sort of thing. And you can see
Do you
that she
by
does
any
have a little
chance have
cart. There's like a small cart that
What?
is being pulled as well behind her. And it's only like a 2-wheeled cart. It's reinforced. But the Triceratops is also covered in these saddlebags and satchels. And she seems to be carrying a lot of weight. But again, she has a very large, strong, powerful frame and doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all. Except for Dune. She's kind of side-eyeing Dune and continuing to make those...
Do you by any chance have a bag of holding
What?
for sale?
I do. That's one of the most popular things that some of our mercenary groups, when they're out in the field, especially in this particular region, it's one of the most popular requests, so we certainly have a bag of holding. If that's what you want.
Yes, I would love one.
Have more than one.
So it's the so Jenna, the handler, doesn't really have the saddlebags or the pack. Everything is on the Triceratops. The Triceratops has all the baggage and all the bags. Jenna is kind of a little bit loose. She's got like leathers and very and cloth. It's kind of like a custom. It looks a little bit like the outfit that Rey wears from the new Star Wars trilogy. It's kind of like very similar to what Rey has in the first couple of films, like her regular costume. It's very similar to that. It's a little bit reinforced with some leathers, and she has a short sword on her side, and as well as like a utility pack and everything. But bag of holding. Hold on.
We only really need to get one.
Yeah, they can hold a lot.
Yeah.
It's like 64 cubic feet, and like I was just looking at one, like
I
500
just wanted a
pounds or
bag of
something
holding
like that.
poo.
Yeah, so
I
it's,
can keep track of what's in it since I seem to be the note taker for the campaign.
yeah,
So if
Um,
anything, Trey can carry it.
you can carry it if you want.
Yeah.
Bag of holding will run you about 5,000 gold coins. That's a standard price. Oh,
Since it's
also,
gonna be used for the party, we could split the cost.
I've also been authorized to help you out with any faction training that you might require. Oh, and I have something for you as well. From Ifin Roa. Give me a minute here, and I'll fetch this. And she kind of goes into one of the side saddlebags and starts digging around and kind of searching. And after a minute or so, she says, here we go. And kind of walks back over to all of you and says, I know you've got a Viper Grade 2 already traveling with you, but if Intelro wanted to officially award all of you with a promotion, and she very excitedly holds up these stylized pins. It's the Zhentarim emblem. They're the lapel pins, and it has the, rather than the winged snake, there is some kind of coiled around a longsword facing down is a viper. And the viper wraps around this longsword, and it has wings on the back as well, like the winged snake, but it's a winged viper. And it's a silvered lapel pin. And she just kind of very excitedly hands one to Trey and Reese and Nim and Allery and June. She just kind of, all right, well, congratulations. You're all officially Vipers of the Zhentarim.
Yay.
Yeah.
Allery is like, great, I can put it with my other one, and shoves it into his bag.
That will grant you some opportunities to some of our supplies that are only reserved for Vipers. So that's why quartermaster rules, you know how it is, that type of thing. You still got to follow the chain of command, especially with the Zhentarim in the region. Everything's been a little bit more strict, a little bit more militarized lately. They've been checking the books, all that good stuff. But here's what we got. Let me bring it up as DM real quick. All right, so we have some pretty basic but standard enough. We do have some enchanted items that I've been authorized to provide to you. You can have a weapon of choice that has a general magical enchantment. Nothing legendary or something that you would find in some ancient ruins, but just providing a basic power enchantment. It gives you a little bit more, when you're swinging or thrusting or whatever it is that you're using. And also some shields, which have also been enchanted by some of the finest mages from the Black Hand, of course. Again, basic enchantments for our most prestigious of soldiers and agents. Also, some armor that gives you a little bit of extra bonus. That's going to be a little bit more expensive. Again, all this will go back into the cause and help fund and feed the soldiers on the ground, and of course our faction operations across Faerun. Now that we're an empire, I guess, which is pretty fucking wild, we're going to need all the support we can get. Especially because some of the locals are still a little, about the whole Zhentarim thing. But
June's just nodding and smiling to everything they say.
So how much we talking with this armor? And is it light armor?
Well, before you ask that question, I do also have two very
enchanted light armor?
I do, but I also have two very specific items. I have the slippers of spider climbing and a ring of evasion, which is one of our top requested items from field agents in the ground. The Triceratops just
I want
The ring of evasion
calms down a little bit as she still kind of side-eyes Dune, but she seems to calm down a bit.
All right. Can we get the price of your +1 armors, light armor, and Dune's gonna look at Trey. Just the light armor, actually. You wear your specific armor. You're not gonna take their +1 heavy armor.
Right. So any of the enchanted armor that we have available for Vipers of the Zhentarim it's a little bit pricey. Again, it's the same cost of the ring of evasion that we have, but it's going to be that'll cost you about 5,000 gold pieces. Same in the bag of holding. So, which reminds me, one thing at a time here. You want to start with the bag of holding, right? I don't know how much. Yeah. I heard y'all were heroes up in the north, especially with Dreadlord Halia Thornton. I heard you procured some artifact of great power for her. I've met her once. She's a pretty sassy lady, kind of a firecracker in her own way. I like her. So whatever you did to get you this promotion, again, congratulations. You're moving on up in the world. Love to see it. So, bag of holding.
We can split the cost 1,000 each, and I'll carry it since good at taking notes.
Yeah, which would be 100 of your platinum.
Okay. Yeah.
Say goodbye.
That does mean that none of us currently have the money to afford the enchanted armor.
We can if we split.
Yeah, but then only one of us would get a +1 enchanted armor, and I don't think it's worth it because Nim, Dune, and I are the only ones who would wear the armor, the +1 armor, and all of us are ranged fighters, except Dune sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
So, and Dune also has a high dex, so they're already less likely to get hit.
Is the shields also the 5,000?
The shield is a little bit easier for our mages of the Black Hand to just kind of, whatever they do with and wave it over a shield apparently. So those are a little bit less expensive. Those are 500 gold per shield. Now they're simple, sort of small kite shields. So a little bit stylized. It has the Zhentarim logo on it. They're really, really, I like them. But they're 500 gold pieces.
Okay, and that's a +1 shield.
That is a shield that will give you a little bit extra. It's got a magical enchantment, things that maybe would otherwise. It seems to radiate with this. Yeah, it's a +1 shield. she's trying to explain it, and she's like trying to explain this nebulous concept of magic to you.
So I could carry a +1 shield because I'm a warcaster, so I could have my staff in one hand and my shield in the other.
I wanted to go ahead along with my
Yeah, I
longsword
can't do
so
shields.
it can't hit me.
Or Essie, would I be able to do that since my grimoire is my spell focus? Would I have to have my spell focus in one hand and then my staff in the other?
So
How does that work?
well, there's a feat that allows you to. I think there's Warcaster and then there's another one.
Yeah, I have Warcaster, which allows you to cast spells when you're armed.
So yeah, so if you have the Warcaster feat, because it's a lot of sometimes I forget about it, so I'm gonna say that I think yes. What was your specific question again? I just want to make sure.
If I can have a shield and the staff. Because the staff is not my spell casting focus. My spell book is my spell casting focus.
So you mean like use a staff one-handed and then have a shield?
Yeah.
Does the staff have a what? Does the quarterstaff have a one-handed option?
Yes.
Oh yeah, then you're fine.
It's a quarterstaff.
Then you're fine. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah, as long as I'm not wielding, because staff is versatile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you kind of use it like a spear, and you know.
Yeah.
Poke.
I mean, he wouldn't hit anyone with it because if you break it, it's a really bad thing. But yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
So,
Do you happen? Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
go ahead.
I was wondering if with any of that what weapons, if you had any crossbows, like hand crossbows or anything.
Yeah, we do. We've got one of every kind of crossbow. What are you looking? Do you want a heavy crossbow? Do you want a light crossbow?
I think I want either maybe a light crossbow.
You got it. And she kind of goes into one of the.
How much do those run? Do those run about the same
Oh.
price as?
The weapons are the same as the shield. Yeah, they're about 500 gold pieces per weapon. And she kind of lifts up one of the flaps. It's like a large crate. Yeah, there's like a large footlocker kind of on each side of the Triceratops, and these appear to be the weapons. And she just and opens up this side container and kind of starts rummaging around, and you can see her unfolding bits of cloth and kind of shifting some things inside. Eventually, here we go, and pulls out a light crossbow, aims it, and it sticks into a tree, and you can see this little bit of energy just shoot off from the side of it, and kind of some of the bark just flies off, and she enchanted by the Black Hand. It's a +1 light crossbow.
Awesome.
I'm buying.
It's
Where is
500
that?
gold. All right. Yeah. So subtract 500 gold for words are hard. Subtract 500 gold from your inventory, and she kind of disarms, and lets the tension release, and hands you a light crossbow. That's a +1 light crossbow.
Do you have any potions of healing on you?
Get plenty of those.
How much are they a piece?
50 gold.
I'm getting the +1 shield as well, by the way.
All right. And she kind of goes back to the other side, and there's like kind of like almost as rear end armor for Dreadhorn. You can see that there are kind of several shields that are encased in these kind of canvas coverings. And she opens up one of them and takes out another one. And Allery, did you purchase one as well? One of the +1 shields?
Yeah.
Okay, so subtract 500 gold from your inventory. Same thing with who wants? Trey, is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, she takes out another one. She's like, oh, I'm going to have to find something else to cover you up there, girl. And kind of pats the Triceratops on the butt again and brings over to the one. They're about this big. I don't think of the size comparison. Yeah, so not quite a full kite shield, a little bit smaller, a little bit stylized, curved, and they are silvered, and the trim is this sort of a dull gold trim, and the center is metallic, and it has kind of etched into the metal is just in the same color, so just so it's etched in, is the symbol of the winged snake, the symbol of the Zhentarim.
Mhm.
And it does kind of radiate with a little, you can kind of feel the energy kind of
Do you have
radiating off of it.
studded leather armor or just some basic?
Yeah, no, we have studded leather armor. That's,
How much is that?
oh, I think all of us are technically wearing studded leather, right? Oh no, some of them have leather. It's a little hot in the jungle, so that'll be another 500. And again, it's enchanted also. The armor, again, it requires a little bit, yeah, you have to kind of go into each individual stud and like kind of spread the enchantment out to make sure it covers both the wearer and the actual armor. So that's a little bit more expensive. So any of the actual armor is going to be 5,000 gold to go back to the Black Hand to fund more of this for the rest of our agents and soldiers.
But you don't have any unenchanted armor, just the enchanted stuff?
Oh, just regular. Yeah, I think I have one. Let me double check. And she kind of goes onto the other side, and one of the large, everything else seems to be in the cart, into the two-wheeled cart. She kind of goes back there and is kind of sifting through, kind of jumps in, and you can see her legs kind of kicking up in the air for a second as she kind of dives into the cart. And all right, there we go, got it, and turns back and studded leather armor, unenchanted.
Thank you. I think some of my friends also have some things they'd like to sell if you are willing to barter.
Ooh, buying, potentially.
I need to do some things.
Drop my beholder.
So, are we selling the tents that we have?
We might as well. I mean, unless you guys have maybe if you guys want to keep one of them for something, but like we're carrying 3 tents and don't really have a reason to.
Yeah.
You can sell 2 of them, and then I shove their other one into the bag of holding.
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Dude needs to buy stuff.
All right. So, who's buying potions of healing?
Allery.
How many?
How much are they?
For 50 each.
Yeah, I will buy one.
Allery's gonna buy 2.
I'm gonna also buy 2.
All right. And there's like a little sort of box that a steel box that's kind of hanging over the right side of the Triceratops. She opens it up and all right, there's 1 and kind of hands them to you, 1 and 2, and a third one that'll be 50 gold, so 100 gold for this gentleman here, and then another 50 for our tabaxi friend.
Can I get one
they're
as well?
50 each.
Oh, did you want 2?
Yeah, I'm getting 2, 50 each.
I also wanted 2.
Okay, all right, and she takes 1 more, and okay, so 100 gold apiece.
Okay.
I'll take one.
All right,
You're gonna take 1 tray?
All right.
How much are rations and the gourd salve?
I've got 3 more potions of healing left. I have 8 with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
sorry,
5.
L or Rory, do either of your characters need one?
No, I have 5 already.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah, I raided the healer's tent when we were at the camp.
Right.
That's right.
what was the question about what
Yeah.
specifically? Oh, the salve?
The
I
salve
never
and
used
rations.
any of my.
That reminds me that Hella does take the time as she kind of gets up and gets herself ready for the morning. You can see her sparking up some more of the incense, and you can just smell it first as she just goes, and it lights up, and she puts it in that little cage pouch that she has on her belt, and it begins to waft around the camp. And you catch this, it's kind of like a sweet smelling, flowery incense.
How much was the studded leather armor?
That is multi-booking here. Hold on.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I took it and I didn't ask how much it was.
Studded leather. That'll run you, it's not too bad. That'll run you about 45 gold pieces.
Okay.
Do we have any climbing material? Like any climbing gear?
I can certainly sell you a climber's kit. I got plenty of those.
Yeah, I'll take one. How much are those?
1 sec.
Okay, sorry. Because we're trying to get to a ship that is on top of a tree. We're going to need to climb that ship. Look at me thinking ahead.
Should we maybe get at least 2 climbers kits? Because I can get one as well.
That might be nice
Sure.
because then you two could climb up with your higher athletics and pull any of us who are not athletically inclined up.
So as far as insects, a block of the incense sells for 1 silver. For one of the blocks. It'll burn for 8 hours in a 20 foot radius. We also have some of the gourds, which is the salve. You can just slather it all over your skin there. That's 1 gold piece per gourd. And again, so studded leather, after you complete the studded leather transaction, that's 45 gold for the studded leather. And what was your question, Elle?
How long does the salve last? 34 days, right? I might have just... I might have that wrong.
24 hours?
No, like how many like uses in the gourd?
20 applications.
20. Okay.
Dune is gonna buy 2.
I'll buy 1.
And then I think both Nim and Dune wanted to also buy studded leather armor if she had more.
Okay, so here's 2 gourds. All right, 1 for... Okay, and... So again, there's plenty of the gourds, and if you purchase one that is 1 gold piece per gourd, and that is a 24-hour application, so it'll last you an entire... And you have 20 days in 1 gourd. And who else wants studded leather?
Dune, and I think Nim.
Yeah, Nim wrote in the chat that they wanted studded leather.
Okay, she goes back to the cart, and all right, I got a couple more studded leather here. There we go, and pulls out 2 more, 1 in each hand. It's your lucky day. And I mean, the cart seems pretty full. There's a bunch of stuff in there, but she kind of walks back with a studded leather armor in each hand. All right, 45 gold a pop.
How much were the climbing kits?
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron.
Both Trey and Reese want a climbing kit.
Yeah, because we're gonna be climbing up to a fucking treetop thing shipwreck.
Yeah. Also,
oh, we could try to ask them about it.
A single climber's kit is 25 gold pieces.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Can I do simple maths? 3, 4. There we go. Climbers.
I also got some Tej for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hydrate!
Yes.
Thank you. Everybody hydrate. Thank you.
My AC is 18.
Mine is 21.
Hydrate, everyone. Thank you.
Oh.
Mm.
So,
I'm boring. I just have black cherry seltzer.
I got water and coffee.
Coffee's good.
I have
water.
spiked strawberry lemonade and Emily doesn't like it.
Nice. All right. So,
Okay.
I needed that. Thank you. What else?
This might sound weird. Does she have like empty vials?
Yeah,
Like glass containers.
I've got a couple of empty vials if you want them.
Yeah, I'll take like 5.
Emma wants to know how much rations are.
First things first. The vials. These are crystalline vials. They're 1 gold a piece. They're a little bit expensive, but
5 apiece. I mean, 1 apiece. Okay,
Sure.
I'll take 5.
And she goes into there's like another box next to the small metallic box that had the health potions, and she undoes a strap, and all right, then you can hear the glass moving around in there. All right, 1, 2. How many did you want again?
5.
5. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you get the glass kind of moving. There you go. 5. Careful with this.
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
gonna shove it into the bag of holding.
5 gold a pop. Thank you. Thank you. Rations.
This is gonna be.
Excuse me. That's the seltzer.
Oh, never mind. I forgot that there's more that you're going through.
Rations are 5 silver a pop.
5 silver for 1 use.
5 silver for 1. Yeah, and they're a little bit bulky. They're whole self-contained meals. Add a little bit of hot water, you'll be fine.
It's 5
get
silver for 1, so
10.
it would be 1 gold for 2. So then it would be 5 gold for 10. That's how maths work, right?
Yeah. So I'll get 10 and do 5 gold.
How many rations does she have?
There is on the left side of the Triceratops, there's a big sort of wooden footlocker that has all kinds of stuff in it. And she just kind of runs over to the other side, and she seems to have a decent amount.
So like 30 rations would
Are
be
you
like
gonna get as many
2
rations as you can and just stuff them
Yeah.
in the bag of holding?
They don't run out of date. They don't
Okay,
expire,
I'll
right?
donate 5.
Yeah, it's dried. It's dried. It's freeze-dried
donate
fruit
5
and
pieces
jerky.
to your cause.
Are we still selling stuff?
I think we're
haven't
trying to
sold
get the
anything yet.
buying out of the way first.
We're
Okay.
buying. I have one weird question for you on what you
Sure.
have. Do you happen to have any musical instruments?
Bard got a bard.
Let's see.
Particularly a flute or a drum?
Those are pretty common. I actually have, believe it or not, I have both of those in the cart. I can sell you a flute for 2 gold and a drum for 6. So it'll be 8 gold for both of them. Though
You know what?
I think
have my 8 gold.
I think one of these agents back there is going to be a little disappointed. They were kind of playing around with the drums earlier. You just
Pity.
as she goes and takes out the drum and they're in the cart and she pulls out a drum and she's like, "You got somewhere to put this?"
Bag of holding.
Bag of holding. Yeah. And you just hear one of the agents from over in the
Yeah.
woods there just go,
Holding,
"Oh."
holding.
Okay. 1 drum. Also, I'm buying 30 rations.
It'll
And I'm
go to good use.
I'm buying 30 rations and I'm shoving into the bag of holding as like a worst case scenario emergency stash of food.
Okay. Yeah, so you see Trey walking over with this big stack of rations and just dumps them all into the recently acquired bag of holding. So did you already do the math for that, of how much it's going to cost? 15 gold?
15
Yeah,
gold.
okay. All right, great.
Yeah.
So subtract your 15 gold, and Trey has a big pile of rations walking over like this.
I just give everyone a thumbs up. It's like, we probably won't go hungry for a bit. By a bit, I mean like a few days, like a handful of days, but... What else? What else is smart to take with us? Who here doesn't have dark vision? I know it's Allery and Nim that don't have dark vision, right?
No, but I have light, I think.
Yeah,
This might be a stretch.
I have the cantrip light as well.
It might be a stretch.
but I
They
also
don't
have dark
have
vision.
goggles of night, do they? Like that.
Unfortunately
Vision
not,
goggles.
my friend.
It's okay. I'm just trying to think what would make sense.
I got slipper as a spider. I got spider climbing shoes that are they got special grip, almost like little cleats on the bottom, slightly enchanted, a little sticky. And a ring of evasion.
How much are those?
Well, the slippers are 500 and the ring is 5,000.
Dude, you wanna climb walls?
Mm,
What?
Do you wanna climb walls?
Absolutely, I do. How much is it?
500.
500 gold for the slippers the spider climb.
How many platinum would that be?
50. But you have to take out 100 for the bag
Yeah.
of holding that we all purchased together.
I'm just burning for my gold. It's fine.
Well, you had some stuff you wanted to try and sell and barter? What you got?
I have my old leather armor. My old leather armor. Because I just bought the studded leather. So
Can y'all tell me what the shoes do again?
that and would you be interested in a pendant of Joaquin?
I not really a practitioner of Joaquin. Kind of partial to Cyric myself.
Oh, neither am I. I just want to get rid of it.
mm.
I came across it. I don't know.
Give you 2 gold for it.
2 gold's 2 gold.
Here's a strange request. Do you have any crystals?
Not I'm aware of. Brooke, let me just finish this real quick. And all right, leather. Yeah, used. I'll take it. I'll give you 5 gold for the your old leather armor.
You all make that sale?
Okay, so you both want to exchange for the used leather armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not gonna carry it. Not needed
I'll give you 5 gold for a piece for the leather armor. Again, used, so I'll have to polish it up and whatnot. But all right, and she kind of takes the leather armor, and that's actually she's like this. It's a little beat up, but I
You
can.
called a T-Rex yesterday.
Yeah.
June's gonna counterpoint and be like, actually, and he's gonna look at everyone with his eyes saying, shut up. I killed a T-Rex yesterday, and have you ever been in possession of a T-Rex horn? Because I have the proposition for you. Would you like to buy a T-Rex horn for 50 gold?
She kind of like raises an eyebrow skeptically and walks back over with the used leather armor and just, oh, this is going to be a project, and kind of puts it back into the cart, the 2-wheeled cart. Show me.
It should be stated, not just
I
any
pull it
T-Rex.
out.
Not just any
He's gonna
T-Rex,
go to
the
Reese
king of
and walk
feathers
up to the
himself.
lady with the horn.
It was the king of feathers, not just any
The
T-Rex.
king of feathers.
I don't think we know he was the king of feathers though. We don't
We
have
do
any
know.
lore
You
for this
don't.
character.
Yeah.
Shush, he was fucking huge.
He was the biggest T-Rex I ever set my eyes on, and we took him down with a single shot.
I was inside of its brain for a minute.
I rode on top of it.
I mean, this is regardless of
I
what.
forgot that I also wanted to sell my old light crossbow.
Regardless of. I mean, this is pretty impressive. This is a huge T-Rex horde. I mean, this has some. I think there's probably some weirdo I could probably sell this to. I can grind it up into bones and sell it as an aphrodisiac or something. So, I mean, this is pretty This is pretty impressive. I can give you 50 platinum for this.
Ooh,
Yes.
Sold.
sold.
Okay.
I
She
hand
kinda-
it over.
Takes the horn and kind of just walks over, and you see 2 of the agents kind of tap each other and point over at the horn. She just and kind of tosses it into the back of the cart with a thud.
Who's keeping the gold? I'm assuming June's keeping the
I also wanted to sell my
Are we splitting the platinum?
Oh, Dune deserves it.
Everyone take 10 platinum.
I don't know.
Cool.
10 platinum? Okay. But yeah, I will also sell my regular since I got a +1.
Oh, and how much were the
Thank you
tents
for the follow
going
to
for?
Wolf Design.
How
So
much for
the-
what?
The
The
old
tents.
the old crossbow used. That's not in terrible condition. I can give you 45 gold for it. The old light crossbow that you got
Sounds
there.
like a deal.
All right. Just a couple of nicks
yeah,
here and there. I
absolutely.
can
Here you
polish
go.
it up and lacquer it. Yeah, no big deal. And she goes over to the footlocker, and she takes a special tag from one of the other pouches and puts it on the used items. And onto the metallic footlocker is rearranging things. What was the other question?
The two people
The
tents.
tents.
Yeah, we're selling 2 of them. They're 2-person ones.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 gold, 5 silver for both of them.
3 gold, 5 silver. Sure. Who wants it?
All right, divvies up,
wants the
takes out
money?
5 silver.
I think Allery and Trey were the ones who bought the tents originally.
Yeah. So Allery can have it back, or whoever's selling it. I mean, I'm getting rid of mine, but
Yeah.
Brings the tents over to the cart, and she goes, "Hey boys, I just picked up some extra tents for us." You hear one of the agents go, "Woo!"
Allery also has 2 short bows to sell, and I genuinely don't know when, and I don't know how, but I have 2 short bows I'd like to
Goblins.
sell.
I think it
Oh,
was
the
the
goblins.
goblins.
Oh, these are real beat up. Oh, jeez.
I will honestly take anything. I don't
I
care.
can give you 15 gold for the 2 of them.
I will take it.
That is good. Quick, do I have anything to sell? I have healer's kit. I can't even fucking use it.
They're like they're painted and all dinged up and really used, and they're very sort of primal. and their construction, but she's like, this will probably sell for a novelty, so yeah, 15 gold. And
how much? So we're back to the dinosaur from before. How much would you give us for a sack full of pristine feathers from it?
she kind of, let me take a look.
I show her the feathers.
70 gold?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
I'll take it.
These are pretty nice. She kind of takes one out and, yeah, I can definitely do something with these. Definitely.
They'd
All
make
right.
lovely quills, I'd imagine.
For sure. Yeah, 70 gold for the whole bag. All right. So we can add 70 gold for inventory, to your inventory.
What do you guys think about getting like a spyglass type thing to see ahead better? I don't know. I'm
Not
just
a bad idea. How much is
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are really expensive. Those are 1,000 gold apiece.
Put the first spyglass. Never mind.
Yeah, those are rare items. To actually get the lens to refract the right way, it's a little bit, the science is beyond me. But also, I've been instructed to authorize a little bit of extra faction training for all of you. If you want to take a day extra and set up, it'll take you a better part of a day, so then we can hunker down together. But I can also train any of you in whipping up a disguise kit, a forgery kit, a poisoner's kit, or thieves' tools.
Poisoners would be great.
You do lose a day of travel if you do that.
Can we all train in something for that day? Or
Yeah. You can all. She can do like a seminar. You can all train.
Okay, I mean, we could all train in something and just lose a day. I mean, it's just one day, and we're on our way to the starships thing anyway. If you guys want to do that,
Poison would probably be somewhat decent.
The training will
Especially
definitely
for-
be useful.
Poison
Okay,
would be great
what
for
were the
wind
things
arrows.
that she could train us in again? Poisoners, the
Disguise kit, forgery kit, poisoner's kit, and thieves' tools.
I would like poisonous kits.
Okay, so for each training, it's 125 gold pieces,
Okay.
and for an extra 25, it includes a kit. So 150 will get you a kit of whatever you're training in, and also the training.
I would like that for poisoning
Okay.
people.
All right, so that's 150 gold, and you receive.
I also like the poisoners.
Okay, so
one.
for each of you, that's 150 gold, and you both receive both proficiency in Poisoner's Kit, which you can drag and drop from the Roll20 compendium. You receive the proficiency in the Poisoner's Kit, and you also receive your own Poisoner's Kit as well.
thieves' tools. Does that use sleight of hand?
Yes.
Allery will train in thieves' tools.
Okay.
Oh, I'm already trained in thieves' tools. Forget that.
Okay.
Allery is going to get trained in. We'll do it at Poisoner's Kit as well. Why not?
Okay. All right. Did you also want your own Poisoner's Kit?
I want to train
Okay, so 150 gold for Allery for both proficiency
I
and
want
the
to train
Poisoner's
in
Kit.
forgery.
Forgery,
Yeah,
okay.
Forgery kit.
All right, so 150 gold, and you get a Forger's Kit and proficiency in Forgery. And what about for Dune?
Doing once the poisoners.
Okay, another
Yeah.
150 gold. So you have proficiency and a Poisoner's Kit and an actual Poisoner's Kit. So for most of you since most of you are getting the Poisoner's Kit, she starts with that, and she takes basically until lunchtime. You meet with the other agents of the Zhentarim and with Elena, and you all take the time to. She explains different alchemical basics, how different plants that you can find in the jungles of Chult will interact with each other to create poisons, what percentage of water and of viscous fluid or viscous materials that you need, whether it's saliva or blood, or how different extracts and liquids interact with different bases and reagents. And for the forgery kit, she just takes the time to practice 10 or 20 different examples with Nim and about different styles, and gets a little bit into the psychology of writing and how different people will have different flourishes, and teaches you what to look for as far as how people do each of their letters. And about how, and she kind of also takes another 2 hours or so as the sun is starting to set, to go over the history of different cities and factions and nations of the Sword Coast with you regarding the forgery. Thank you, Harlan.
I'm so sorry, Essie. I was looking at Dune's thing. I went ahead and did Thieves' Tools, and I gave myself the Thieves' Tools and Thieves' Tools. I was looking at the character sheet.
That's okay. So right at the end of the day, she takes the time to kind of, as after the sun has set, you're the last one up, and she just kind of, you can hear the rest of you guys are setting up the dome again for this night. You hear like the as they're working with each other, and you just hear like, no, try again, like as you are taking the time to, and eventually a few times towards the end that turns more into a series of actual. And she says, see, now you're getting it. I am exhausted. I've been talking all day. I'm ready for a nap.
Thank you so much for helping us and supplying us.
Yes.
That's my job. That's what I'm here for.
Quick question. When we got training in poisoning, did she teach us how to identify components using poisons already made?
Yep.
So could I try and replicate, that one really powerful, unconscious juice Nana Poo had?
Mm-hmm.
Could I try and replicate that?
That would be a really high DC, because that's something a little bit more advanced than the basics. That's something that a hag made, and a hags have years, decades of working to create the perfect concoctions.
Could I try regardless?
So go ahead and make it's going to be a series of checks for that one. So go ahead and make a survival check to see if you can find the regents within, 60 miles or so.
15.
15. You do find some various poisonous plants that were identified earlier. That you can possibly use for something else, but as far as the specific plants you might be looking for...
Reese rolled a 20
What?
and almost failed.
Okay.
Nana poo-pooed the poison. You rolled a 20 on your con save, and you almost failed it. I want that poison.
Didn't I fail it though?
No.
No, you succeeded.
Oh, okay, right.
Right. So, Trey, but you do find a handful of poisonous plants.
Yeah, I'll make some poisons that I'm able to make with the plants that I find.
Okay.
Right here.
All right. So go ahead and you're going to make some poisons tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sure.
go ahead and click on your poisoner's kit, add your proficiency bonus and your intelligence modifier.
Oh. Ooh. 15? Again?
Yeah, okay, so you're able to produce two vials of basic poison,
Okay.
which you can look up as an item. 2 vials of basic poison.
Okay.
And you can coat your weapon in poison using 1 vial for, and that will last you all day, and that will deal an extra 1d4 poison damage on hit.
Oh, it's only 1d4. Alright. Thank you. Basic.
It's basic poison.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else want to buy anything before dawn the next morning?
Trying to think. I don't think there's anything else.
Did Dune want the slippers of Spider Clam?
Yeah, I already took the money out for them.
Okay.
I couldn't find them in the compendium.
So they give you the ability to use Spider Climb.
Which is essentially allows you to climb walls and stuff like that.
Oh, tight.
Yes.
You can basically Spider-Man walk
Yeah.
and
I
run.
love
So,
that for me.
so if you just look up the spell Spider Climb, you'll be able to use that as like an innate ability.
Cool.
They just, for as long as you wear them, they just allow you to spider climb, and that's 500 gold pieces for that. All right.
It might be a stretch, and it's not buying something, but I want to ask her about the ship, if she knows anything about the ship that we're
I
heading
have
to.
no fucking idea. I'm sorry about that.
It's fair.
Trying to stay
No.
away
And
from
And she
things like
said,
that.
and she said that she wouldn't have had any crystals or anything like that.
I'd say I have like a clear quartz that I have. It's mine. Like I carry that around. That's about it.
Birds.
Not really in the crystal market, really.
That's
Mhm.
fair.
At the end of the day, she lights up another of the hand-rolled cigarettes, and she's like, "I need one of these." Just. She's like, "Y'all definitely kept me busy. That's for sure."
Gave you good business. That too.
That too. Yeah.
Dune wants to buy more Tej.
Sure. Yeah. So you approach her like kind of after sunset, just like,
Like,
yeah.
do
yeah.
we have Tej?
With her big claw paws.
Also,
Thick.
Allery, do you want me to carry the alchemy jug in the bag?
Yes.
What if it spills and you continue?
It
to
won't.
mess up?
I got-
So I'm gonna show you a picture of the alchemy jug.
I got 2 gallons. I have 2 1-gallon jugs of Tej. It'll cost you 2 silver apiece, so 4 silver.
Ooh.
I'll take both of them.
I like a tabaxi who
Dude.
knows his liquors. She's like, Tej is good shit.
Dune, do you also want me to carry that in the bag since a gallon can get heavy?
I love my liquors.
Did you want to carry that in the bag of holding?
So far I can carry it.
Okay.
I'm not over encumbered.
Okay. We have climbing kits. We have blades so we can cut through stuff. We have vials. The vials was for holy water.
Allery is gonna give you the rain catcher.
Oh, to put in the bag?
They're one of their rain catchers, yeah.
Okay. Green catcher.
I can actually use the alchemy jug. So it can make a bunch of different stuff for all of us who didn't know. It can make acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise,
Mhm.
oil, vinegar, fresh or salt water, and then wine in different amounts.
We spent
Mayonnaise.
150 for most of us each to be able to make basic poisons, and we could have. It's fine.
I just have to check something. All right.
You guys got the ability to get a skill now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else from the merchant?
And to be fair, it can only make like half an ounce of a basic poison or 8 ounces of acid rather than like a specific one. So
Dune's gonna walk up to the merchant and be like looking around. Got anything weird?
And she kind of runs over to one of the sacks, one of the satchels, and just pulls out a letter and says, "I assume this is for you."
For me?
The only tabaxi that I see.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up the letter. I am afraid. I don't like when this happens to me.
All right. So you have the letter. Do you open it?
Yeah.
Okay. So it smells familiar. It smells of this really intense but enjoyable scent of the perfume that you recognize.
This
And-
is my girlfriend.
Inside it says, "To my favorite cat boy. I've heard that your mission goes extremely well, making a name for yourself across all parts of Port Nyanzaru, Chult, securing a personal item for the Dreadlord of Neverwinter. Look at you." You're going places. And power is sexy. And so are you. I miss you. Things in Port Ganzaro are a little stale, wild in their own ways, but there's a little bit of chaos missing here without you. Once you reach your next rank, you can technically hire a tag-along, or whatever you want to call it. When that happens, I hope that you send for me. With love, Lydia Triceratops, a viper. And there's kind of like a kiss with lipstick on it. It's like dark purple lipstick.
I may have like blacked out.
It is cute.
Oh my god. I miss her. I don't even know what to do.
We broke
What
Emily.
does one say to that?
The merchant's like, what's it say?
Dude's just
Oh, what's
gonna
it
like
say?
be blushing and she's gonna be like,
I've got some writing supplies if you want to write back.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, that's
Also, how does
Dude just,
blush?
you know what? It's
don't know what
it's on me. Don't worry about it. If you want, I can just let you use what I have, so you can just you don't have to buy
That would
stuff.
be great.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
She just kind of shares her supply with you of parchment and ink.
Could I do a sketch of my fuckboy face? Like,
Make a
No,
performance
I'm not
check.
gonna do that.
See how well the drawing comes out.
Because what if it's bad and she's like, fuck.
I like to imagine that he does like the stick figure circle with the other circle and the triangle.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Question: could I do it only if I get a good score, or do I have to do it?
Well, I mean, if you
regardless I try?
if you get a nat 1, it's going to be exactly that stick figure. But if you get higher than that, it's going to be a very good sketch.
Well, I'm gonna go for it.
Are you proficient in painters tools or anything like that? All right,
Nope.
so go ahead and just roll a performance check.
I was trying to look at the
I was gonna say if you're proficient in calligrapher's tools or painting, it's pretty
I think that
good.
we made the same thing.
It's pretty good. There's there's not really shading is a little bit beyond you, but it's pretty good. It's pretty average sketch. You're happy with it.
It's furry art from 2014.
I'm
No,
also
you're
gonna
happy with
write.
it. Yeah, and
I'm
even
also gonna write.
even Jenna the merchant's like, well, that's not bad. You get kind of a knack for that.
And then he's also, I need help.
She's like, well, I mean, it's no masterwork, but it's pretty good.
Dude's gonna be like, Allery, come here, please help me. They're gonna sit over the paper, just like, okay, now do this.
Allery is gonna come over, see what you're doing, and proceed to laugh so hard. He's like double over and howling. And then he comes back up for breath and he's like, why? You need to ask Nim. Don't ask me. Oh, Nim, come over here. Dude needs your help. Holy shit, I needed that.
Dude's gonna be like, Nim, okay, don't fucking laugh. I really do not know how to write.
No.
Please help me. Please help me write a love note back to
Nim
you
like looks through.
stunningly.
I guess. I got you. I got you. And Nim proceeds to tell Dune about like feeding Dune the words of like, our night together still lingers in my thoughts. And like this really like
This is good.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
No,
good.
no check necessary because the bard is writing it. It's pretty epic.
Alright, and then he
You're
comes
pretty
up with
confident in
good-
this.
Comes up with a good love letter. or like sexy raunchy love letter.
Hey, yeah, sure. If you want.
Yes, with my fuckboy face.
With it.
Okay. I just need to know
Amazing.
how does Dune do the fuckboy face? Can cats bite their lips? Like
Just
Cats
He's got
don't
the
have
two
lips.
little vampire fangs. Have you seen that with the cat? He's got the little fangs.
with like a
I
little
done,
blast, but like
I done a
Yeah.
little sketch.
Have you seen those things where the cats smell something and they'll have their mouths just slightly open?
Yes, that's right. That's good.
I done a little sketch. It's in the CCC channel.
Yeah, we were laughing about
Oh
that.
my
It's
God.
perfect.
so, with the help of the bard, you
Drawing.
compose this saucy and sassy and also beautiful love letter with this pretty decent drawing. It's so I think the best way to describe it, where it's objectively good, but the fact that I think Lydia didn't know that you were an artist, she would probably be very impressed by it. Like, wow, it's pretty. You know, like when you see someone who's still kind of learning, but it's good, and you're like, oh, it's pretty good. That's the way to describe it. Yeah, it conveys the point, and it'd be like, oh, it's pretty good. And it's kind of cute that she would do they would do a sketch for me. So
And then when I'm done writing, I'm gonna rub it all over my fur so my scent is on it.
you get that
Put it on
you
your
get that
nose,
cat
like
boy
the
scent on it.
All
You get
over my
Right.
cat boy musk.
Yes, cat boy nice.
Love it.
Oh, that phrase needs to
It
die.
probably literally only smells like the South.
Right. Well,
Sweat and humidity.
have you ever
Yeah.
smelled your cat? Like they smell like a cat. They
My
don't.
cat's stinky.
One of our cats is stinky.
Okay. Well, like you smell like like an average cat. Well,
Mhm.
like just smell like a cat. So like this letter smells like a cat.
Before we go to sleep, I'm gonna spend some time and like get out like the vials and get like fill them with water from the alchemy jug and start blessing it so it makes holy water with the ceremony spell, and then hand the vial to everyone.
Okay. All right.
So y'all have holy water
Okay.
because we're about to head into undead zone. Might help.
So make sure you subtract the vials from your inventory,
Yeah.
or whoever has them add. And so you have crystal vials now, but just amongst yourselves, keep track of who has the vials and whatnot, so you can
Yeah.
How
delegate
many
them as
vials did
such.
we get?
Good question.
Everyone will have one
Okay.
one vial of holy water.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to do with the merchant? A little bit of downtime activity. All right, Allery, you're good. Dune, you good? Okay.
Dune will
Reese.
send I'm sorry, Allery will send another message to Espe like
Okay.
they did last night.
All right.
But I'll just put it in the chat. They do it every night.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything.
Okay. So you have a relatively uneventful night's sleep. These Zhentarim agents offer to keep watch, so you can all get a full night's sleep, which is uneventful. You seem to have an ideal strategic location outside of undead territory. And as morning breaks, you are actually cooked a nice breakfast of eggs by your merchant, who offers to cook everyone bacon and eggs. She has some dried bacon that she kind of throws back down on the frying pan to heat it up, and has some fresh eggs, a little bit larger than normal, potentially dinosaur eggs that she kind of cracks. And you all have this pretty decent sized, and she has salt and pepper as well that she's very proud of, that she sprinkles on the eggs as well. So you all have eggs however you like them, and bacon for breakfast, which is pretty nice.
I completely forgot one thing. Does she have any like books on the area? Like books that would like help us survive, like something that Dune could like look through and then like
I
know
don't
shit.
I don't have any books. I mean, I have blank books if you're looking for a journal type of thing, but as far as,
Yeah,
unfortunately not. Sorry, buddy.
it's alright. Hey Dune, do you want a blank book to write down your discoveries?
She lights up another hand-rolled cigarette.
How much are the journals?
The never-ending shopping episode.
Last I checked, they were 50, so I don't know.
I can help buy you one.
25 gold.
25. Huh. How about I pay 20 and then I give you this like bomb ass T-Rex pristine tooth?
Make a persuasion check.
Also, do you have inks?
Yeah, okay,
I didn't
that's
even
fine.
look at it. I knew it would be good.
I mean, it's a nice tooth.
It's a nice tooth.
It's
I
a nice
mean-
I mean, it's sharp. I can probably stab somebody with it.
Probably.
You can like fashion it into a dagger or something.
Hmm.
I have I got a 1 ounce bottle of black ink. That's 10 gold.
A second tooth.
10 gold.
Did not change price.
Okay, alright.
I mean, hey, I already did kind of let you use some of my ink the other day. Kind of.
You're right. That's fine. So 35 gold total for the ink and the book.
Do you have a
Well, that you 20, 30, 30 because
I mean,
you 30 gold.
Traded 5
You
gold.
did successfully barter for the tooth.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
30.
I also have a quill.
That's cool.
We have feathers.
Okay, right.
Everyone has a feather. They're not like
Right.
the best writing utensil, but we could probably fashion it into one.
Fair enough.
Well, I've got a bunch of ink pens. Just take one. Here you go.
Fair enough.
I see. What about with what I asked you in the chat?
You would would you? Yeah, but I'll say that like you would have to spend. You would have to focus on it overnight. Yeah, so I'll say that you would see Reese kind of focusing on the amulet that she received, kind of very intently, like kind of staring at it, and then yes, you can use it as a focus.
Cool.
Interesting. So, about...
Don't worry about. Don't look behind the curtain.
I just look at Reese and be like, interesting, and then I say to the group, so about that King of Feathers, what do y'all say we trek back,
Oh my god.
say a good morning, and blaze through the undead
No.
on its back?
I second that motion.
No. No.
Valerie,
No.
Valerie,
No.
be the
No.
voice of reason here. That is a
No.
lot of good terrain you
No.
can cover.
All right, so I'm gonna start packing up
Okay.
and being on my way.
Ella really is having none of our shit.
She
Look,
is
we got
so
to keep with
tired.
our guides, Trey. I told you, if you find some small
I am
ones,
with
maybe we'll
Hella.
talk.
Yeah, I'm with Hella.
Regretting giving you guys a holy water. Fine.
So we are approaching break time, but I wanted to get to a certain point before we did. So, anyone else have anything as she finishes her last cigarette and just kind of same thing puts it? It's like a big pile of hand rolled cigarette butts that she's been throwing into the ground in the dirt.
Valerie distantly thinks, holy shit. She's going to die before she makes it out of this jungle.
Allery really is just dad. Is a dad. From the map, are we reaching Undead Zone before we reach the shipwreck?
Yes, but only for 1 hex.
Fuck it, I'm gonna coat my longsword with one of the basic poisons. Because
Okay.
it lost a day, right?
You did.
Yeah, okay. I'm coating.
I mean, it does. It does. Sorry. Last 24 hours.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else? All right.
Good to go.
Good.
So as you say your goodbyes to Jenna Moreau and the Zhentarim agents and the Triceratops Dreadhorn, they make their way into the distance in the opposite direction of the northeast towards the Aldani Basin as you pack up for the day and once again head deep into the jungles of Chult. I need someone to roll a d20 for the weather, please.
I'll roll.
I'm not allowed to roll these dice anymore.
That is correct.
First time, Force Gray. Second time,
4.
King of Feathers.
Okay. Roll a d100 for me.
Okay.
I'm scared.
99.
Okay, yeah, so there is... okay, so that's 5... Okay, so you hear a distant rumble of thunder, and by about 10 a.m., there is a steady rain. It's not oppressive, but there is a steady rain above you, and Hela just kind of, as you're moving through the jungle, you still have, again, the blessing of Sajun Abaza, the Naga Guardian. So you're moving quicker than usual through. You seem to be your footsteps seem to carry you quicker and farther than they normally would. You seem to be expertly navigating the terrain. But you are able to stick to the edge of the tree line enough with navigating around this sort of barren patch of wastes in the center of the jungle that somewhat connects to the Aldani Basin. And Hela again puts the raincatcher up, and sticking into the jungle, it's a little bit less oppressive. The canopy seems to be catching a lot of the water, but Hela immediately deploys the raincatcher and it begins refilling her jug. It's humid and warm and wet, but not miserable, but a steady rain that lasts for most of the day.
When
Do you
Allery
think-
sees her doing that, Allery will pipe up and say, "Oh, Hela, we actually have an item that can create 8 gallons of water fresh if you are interested. I understand if you want to use your rain catcher, but you don't have to."
I'll stick to me ring. And
Okay.
just kind of nods and kind of rolls her eyes a little bit.
Allery's also going to go to Trey, probably right as Allery notices the rain clouds coming, and is going to say, "Hey, could you put something maybe a little silly in your bag?"
Always.
And Allery's going to reach into the bag and is going to pull out the dragon plush that he bought for Espe. It's like, it's getting a little dinged up in my bag.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Dragon. It's a dragon plushie, right?
Yeah, just a dragon plushie. A dragon turtle, if I remember correctly.
All right, so somebody go ahead and roll a d100 for me.
Not it.
I'll do it.
If you roll a 100, we're dead.
Actually, no,
No one
not
looks at my
necessarily.
camera when I'm trying to frantically wave around that I want to do it.
You
I
can do the
roll
next
from
one.
the one.
I can't. It's really hard for me to do. It's really hard for me to do push to talk.
We should do it on a turn base then.
Yeah,
What if we
you
did
can do
that?
the next one. Also, that was a really good roll.
Yeah.
Real high.
Was it good? Are you sure?
Okay. All right, let's do both, because you're kind of in both territories. So, no undead. Okay, 96.
Fuck's sake. I am built to kill undead, and we're yet to face any.
Okay.
Yeah, Trey, it's a dragon turtle plush, like the thing we saw in the first pre-episode.
Cool.
Session
All right.
zero.
You have a rather expeditious and uneventful day's travel because Arctis Climber is dead.
Yay. Was it 96 to bring him up? To, like, summon him? Nice. Guys,
Wow.
we have such a boring day of travel ahead of us.
Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty dull and it's monotonous, but you can hear again the distant sounds of the jungle, the occasional roar and hooting of the birds, and the toucans and the parrots, and a distant roar of a dinosaur or of a jungle animal But again, seemingly keeping their distance as you navigate the edge of the forest, and you get closer and closer to the wreck of this mysterious shipwreck. And as night falls, and as planned, you push on through, refreshing your incense as Hela does, or anything else that you may need to refresh at the end of the day. You all have to consume 1 gallon of, a little bit less than a gallon of water for the day. And remember to subtract whatever you use for insect repellent, whether it's the incense or the salve from the gourd. And as the insects are a little seeming to buzz around, especially in the canopy. The canopy is a little bit drier. They kind of are buzzing around the trees, and as you approach, kind of they swarm around you from time to time. You swat them away, but your salve and incense keeps most of them at bay. Eventually making your way to about a mile away from the wreckage, and you can see the canvas sails of this ship just sort of in the distance. Again, as night has fallen, you can see, again, just the shapes of this in the distance. As you are approaching it, you can see the canvas kind of flapping and tearing, and the wood kind of creaking in the distance.
Haunted ship.
Are we able to, like, from, like, the colors of the sails or the makes of the boat to see what, like, who were the people that, like, sailed it?
You're a little bit too far away, and by the time you get within a mile, night has fallen, so you're about a mile away in darkness. So,
Okay, fair enough.
but for now, as you approach, begin to push through. It's about 9 p.m. in the evening. We're going to go ahead and take a break. And a 10-minute break. So we'll be back at 11:50. All right, we'll see y'all in 10 minutes.
Bye.
Let me bring back up the Roll20 here. All right, so you're about a mile away now. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening. All of you kind of continue on forward into the jungle now to the wreck of this ship. And I think one of you wanted to make a check to see if you could identify it as you get closer, but you would have to get within 200, 300 feet to be able to actually, because it is nighttime now, and by the time you get close enough, it's about 9:30 or so in the evening. So you get about 200 feet away from it as you continue to cautiously trek through the jungle. And at this point, you could potentially make a check to try and identify the sails.
I think it's Dune that needs to identify, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Dune isn't here, technically. Well, what do I roll?
Dune just walked by.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dune is trained in history, so I'm gonna click the button.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm rolling for. I'm also curious. I want to see my boy fail.
Ooh.
Oh, history.
Yeah, so you
Nat 20! I rolled a nat 20.
you rolled 2?
Yeah, I rolled
Okay.
2.
So-
I rolled nat 20 plus 4.
Both of you are able to discern, just after taking a moment and stopping at about, getting a little closer, you're about 180 feet away from it now as you're gazing up into the canopy. And as you get a little closer, you can start to make out some very distinctive things about the ship. And I'm just going to pull up the wiki here. You notice a symbol on some of the sails. Those of you with dark vision that can relate to each other. It is a symbol of red and silver, and there are 3 concentric circles, and in the center of this concentric circle is a star. Trey and Dune, you recognize this to be the symbol of the kingdom of Haurua from southern Faerun. This is you've heard legends and rumors of prototype airships that can fly and sail through the skies, mostly relegated to stories. The Sword Coast, in its own way, is a bit behind. You've heard tell that the Black Hand of the Zhentarim, where the artificers and mages are working to progress the Sword Coast after its conquest. Sorry, pineapple. Got stuck in my throat. Woo. But this is definitely a Hauruan airship. That's Halrua. Haurua.
From like that, were they like aggressive people?
Mostly humans, dwarves, halflings, elves, and half-elves. They worship Azuth, Mistra, and Shar. So, a good mix of people. Mistra being the mistress of magic, Shar being the goddess of the dark side of the moon, and Azuth being the patron of wizards. So the fact that there are a lot of stories of bizarre magic devices and even ships that can sail through the clouds would make sense, seeing as Azuth was one of the primary deities of Haurua.
Would they have been the people to booby trap their ship? From my nat 20? No? Okay. Sad.
Does your average German person booby trap their homes?
If it's an airship, they might be
Does-
trying to protect something. It's not, it's a booby trap. Oh.
Does your average French person do X, Y, or Z? No, I don't know. It's
I mean,
difficult to. Without getting a little closer.
do you guys think we should get? It's nighttime right now, right?
It is nighttime.
Right.
Yeah, it's about 9:30 in the evening.
We should probably just make camp for now, and then we can explore it during daylight.
Because if we get closer, we're gonna get closer and closer to undead territory.
Yeah, you can back up about a half an hour and kind of be on the edge of undead territory, but I mean, you're very close to undead territory. Either way. You're right on the edge of it.
I think that we should definitely make camp, though. Probably
Yeah.
on the edge. We could backtrack
back
in
up
a half
a bit.
hour and then definitely make camp. And then we can explore the ship in the morning.
Okay, so you back up about.
Did someone camp? No.
Did some? Oh yeah.
This
Did
is
someone
my
what?
cue. Sorry.
Did someone what?
I said, did someone say make camp? Did someone say make camp? This is my cue.
So you back up about a half an hour to an hour or so back outside
most
of undead
Task of the
territory.
day.
And Nim, yes, begins to set up the dome once more. You feel pretty confident that you're looking at some of the maps that you were provided by Ifintelroa and by the Zhentarim, outlining some points of the undead territory where they was known activity. You're about an hour or so outside of that. So you set up the dome, being outside of the fringes of known undead activity. And who would like to take first watch for the evening?
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and make a perception check on your first watch as Nim takes the time, along with Hela and Elena, to help you set up the sort of space inside the bubble with all your bedrolls. And are you going to cook the T-Rex steak for the night?
Yeah.
All
Allery
right.
will cook it because Allery is proficient.
Okay, so yeah, no check needed. You're able to make a. Or do you have chef's utensils? Or
I got cooking utensils and I got a cooking kit.
yeah, I mean it's going to count either way. But go ahead and do me a favor. Roll your chef's utensils or your cook's tools. Add your proficiency bonus and your intelligence modifier, a wisdom modifier actually for cooking. Because it's more of like your ability to kind of it's more of wisdom's more of a skill. For cooking, at least. That's at least how I see it. Kind of a mix
Right
of
there.
intelligence and being able to actually put the recipes into practice. What'd you get?
A 21.
Nice. So Allery takes the time to really just season and cut off some of the fatty gristle pieces, and you have a delicious Tyrannosaurus Rex flank steak for the evening. And you have another. Actually, that's all of it. Because would you have cooked that the night before? Because it only lasts 2 days. All right. So the first time it was kind of a group effort. Everyone kind of on the first night took the chance, to kind of help prepare. But tonight, it's just Allery, and he cooks up an amazing. It's better than it was the night before when it was a group effort. Having just Allery do this time was the perfect. Too many cooks in the kitchen. And it's delicious. It's juicy. It's medium rare, and a little bit of the juices are just kind of dripping out of this T-Rex flank steak. It's incredible.
All right. For my watch, I rolled a dirty 20 perception.
Your attention keeps being drawn to that. You're just, no matter how hard you try to look around you, you have this sinking sensation in your chest, this feeling, the sensation of a pit in your stomach. And as you're kind of gazing, you catch yourself gazing up at the wreck in the distance, about a mile away again, and 2 more feathers just fall before you.
I'm just gonna collect all these feathers that keep falling in front of me.
All right, so you put a hand out and you collect 2 more of these black raven feathers. You kind of look up and fasten them onto your pendant.
Interesting.
Probably means nothing.
Probably doesn't mean anything. I mean,
Fine,
why
yeah,
would it?
You hear some distant, far in the distance, some groaning and moaning and some unearthly screeches coming from deep within the jungle into undead territory, but nothing seems
In
to
undead
approach your camp.
territory?
Yeah, in the undead territory,
Okay.
further to the south, in the direction that you're going.
But nothing seems like it's coming towards us.
Seems to be deeper in the jungles to the south, a couple miles away. and the rest of your watch passes without incident. Who's taking second watch?
I will.
Okay, good.
I'm paranoid.
Get to make a perception check.
16.
In the distance, you hear the same kind of screeching that intensifies and these sort of unearthly howls that catch your attention. Like these kind of echoing on the winds. And you hear the sounds of occasional sounds of battle in the distance that seem to echo again on the wind towards your camp. And these kind of about a mile or two into the jungle.
Would that be a humanoid type sound or like a dinosaur type sound?
You're asleep.
Is it a dead type sound? Is it like a undead thing?
Make a wisdom check. Just straight wisdom check.
Is that just plus wisdom modifier?
Yes, at advantage. At advantage because of your patron.
19. That's 21.
Yeah, it's definitely it's nothing you've ever heard before. It's unnatural, unearthly, and it seems like a bestial howl, combined with some form of deathly. There is a deathly element to it. Concerning, to be sure.
Is it concerning in general? Is it like, hey, yo, something's wrong? From like Trey's point of view of like the undead are friends. Not really, but
it's concerning in the way that it's bestial.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Gonna take out my Daddy Vecna's tome and like open it a bit and see if like any of the like page flipping action happens on its own that will like allude to what it is, or if it's just gonna stay there.
Currently, the book is quiet.
Alright, giving me the silent treatment. Fair. Just close it and put it away. Then I go to sleep.
All right. The rest of your watch passes without incident. Anyone taking third watch?
Either of us.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Dune can.
Oh, before I go to bed, can I just do like a quick divine sense to see if there's
Sure.
anything within 60 feet?
Yeah, within 60 feet, everything seems quiet.
Okay.
There
just
are a
checking.
few. I think you noticed some snakes slithering around the dome. One rather large kind of constricts around the top of it, but then slithers back into the jungle. A little curious. You see him with his tongue, like, kind of try to taste the dome a little bit, seeing that there's something that it's on, and then just
Taste the
it's like a
rainbow.
large boa constrictor, and then it just slides back into the jungle. Normal size boa constrictor.
Can't be
The
too
next
careful.
watch, and he rolled 3.
23? Yeah, you hear kind of audible creaking and cracking in the distance, louder than usual, like the popping of wood and the occasional distant shout. But the sounds of battle that were described earlier and the bestial howls have faded.
Interesting.
Allergies? Nose sweating.
But hey, at least I got this fancy new sword that does like an extra 2d10 to undead and fiends.
True. The rest of your watch, Dune, passes without incident. And as you all come to consciousness in the morning, it is a relatively clear day as far as the weather. there is a little bit of fog that rolls in from the jungle. The weather is partly cloudy above, but there is sunlight. It's a temperate day, high 80s, 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Comfortable enough as you begin to make your way back towards the wreck of the Star Goddess, or back towards the wreck of the ship. I keep saying the name of it. It's on the map, and Puff and Forrest did the video on it anyway, so everybody knows it's the Star Goddess.
87 is comfortable? That's a whole ass 30 degrees.
Considering...
It's like one of the coolest days we've had thus far.
True.
I live in London. I could never. Sorry.
That's okay.
I had
It's
to.
110 here, so that's nothing. 80 is so comfy.
I live too north to tolerate an 87 degree.
He's so
I'm
vocal.
sorry. I had to do the conversion, and it genuinely shocked me. It's like, this is comfortable for you people? Y'all crazy.
Oh, no.
3 of us here are from Texas, so
Can
You're
never
muted.
be.
Yeah.
am I still muted?
No, you're good.
No.
No.
Laughs and chat says
My
laughs.
Oh, my thing's lighting up. Oh,
But
Don't laugh at me.
No,
that's in Florida.
yeah, laughs in
Oh,
Florida.
laughs
oh
in
my god,
Oh.
when I was in Florida, it was so nice. And then
Like,
coming back
3
to
of us
fucking
here are-
bullshit Connecticut weather, I was so pissed. Oh my
So-
god, it was like 80 degrees, right? And I came back to Connecticut, and there was a heat wave the week I was gone. The week I came back, though, it was 30 degrees when I came back, and I was like,
As you approach the ship,
nay.
you see a wooden vessel caught high in the tree branches, broken into 3 chunks. It resembles a ship, but there are differences that mark it clearly as not a seagoing vessel. The stern is the lowest piece, hanging precariously by its rigging about 50 feet above ground. The middle section appears to be 15 feet higher, and the bow section is firmly wedged into the nest of branches, another 10 feet above that. As you approach, you hear a distressed, gruff voice call out to you from above. Oi! Here to give us some fucking help!
Help from what, might I ask, stranger?
As you look around you, you can see that there are corpses of what appear to be 4 armed gorillas, that their flesh has rotted away. And on some there are just skulls, and some there are bits and pieces of flesh, and large chunks of their torsos are missing. These are...
I think help for who is the better question. Who goes there?
You got medical supplies? Anything?
Maybe. Who are you? Show yourself.
Crew of the ship, the Star Goddess. We crash landed, and then we were attacked by these things last night. That's the second night in a row. First night they were a little bit probing and prodding. The second night they started climbing up the fucking trees. And you see there's...
Only been here 2 nights?
We've been here a lot longer than that. We've been here better part of a week trying to collect ourselves and trying to get a word out back to Alrua. But we have no idea where the fuck we are. In the middle of a jungle with no way to get out, and fucking undead zombies and monsters and beasts and all kinds of shit. Ain't got never a mile away from the ship. Trying
Can we
to...
see who's talking? Can we see the person who's speaking?
Yeah, he's kind of like shouting over the edge. You can see a humanoid male figure.
Well, stranger,
with
we're in the jungles of Schultz.
Sure, alright. Well, we're not... Lucas, I'll show this. Alright. He's shouting from the bow.
Oh, why is he hot? That's up
This is so
there.
gruff looking.
Yeah, and yeah, he does have a little gruff to his voice, and you can see he's kind of bandaged, and there's kind of multiple... His face is caked with kind of blood and dirt. And again, you can see the corpses of these zombie 4-armed gorillas, and there's one who's kind of like hanging from the tree, and he's got about his flesh is burned and singed, and he's also got about 5 or 6 crossbow bolts lodged in him, and he's hanging from one foot, kind of dangling upside down in one of the trees.
Hey, we should probably insight check this fool.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you do see that some of the other the gorilla zombies also have either
No, not
arrows or crossbow bolts, or are singed and burned.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
I believe that he's been attacked by these things.
I
however, do not believe he's part of the crew for the original Star
fine.
Goddess. So,
Can I
proficient
rip
and
one of
insight.
the
My
arrows?
insight's +5.
I wanted to look at the arrows, like rip one out.
Sure.
can I make an insight check?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wait, do the insight first.
You want to
Why
make
is
the
it
insight?
always when I try to make insight checks that I roll so low? I have a
I
plus
can give someone
5.
advantage to insight because I have proficiency.
Nim said that they can roll as
I
well.
wanted to do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you can
insight.
you can do it too, because you were both kind of talking over each other at the same time. So go ahead and you can do an insight as well. 10. Yeah, I mean, not
Only
better.
10.
Not better.
Unless
I said that I can give advantage,
Al
so
was wanting to know if
I mean I could also roll. Let's see.
It's going to be a higher DC if you do. You can. It's going to be a much higher DC.
7.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's not the one.
Can I cool Dune over to me? Like, kind of half
and
ignoring that guy.
He shouts back down, and he's like, are you all locals? We could
You
use
could say that.
any help we can get. Anything. Supplies, assistance, directions out here. Again, we haven't gotten about a mile from the ship. Again, been here a better part of a 10-day, but it's been rough going. We were attacked by these things over the past 2 nights, and again, couldn't get further past the zombies a few nights before that, and large beasts in the jungle before that.
Couldn't get further past the zombies. I thought you crashed your ship and you were stuck there.
We gotta stretch, y'all. So I'm gonna get up a little bit. Thank you for the stretch.
Oh,
Okay.
fine. Oh, I felt that in my
Oh.
soul.
that was good.
Y'all
oh
can see
man,
my mercy
did anybody
shirt.
hear that pop?
All right. Thank you for the stretch. So
I heard that pop
can I-
that happened there. I was like, oh.
Trey wants to
hydrate,
do
hydrate too.
Oh,
So okay, so does anybody have anything
They
new?
really
'Cause
said self-care, y'all.
yeah, because I have
Got water. I don't know water.
Hermit Thrush Brewery Party Jam Peach, which is really good.
Water.
I have a Aquafina.
Sour beer. Yum. So it's
have water.
hydrating, but in a different way. It's water and beer. I'm treating myself tonight. So yes, pulling out one of the arrows.
Yeah, I want to do some big brain type thing and see from like the history check from like the night before and how like the ship was constructed. Kind of cool Dune over to see if like if there's any kind of paints on the like arrows that would like indicate the connection to the people, the type of wood, if it's like a similar wood to the boat, to see if it's like if there's like a connection between like.
It's gonna be a high check. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking Dune for help. Because Dune also rolled high last night. So like,
Yeah, would that be a history or an investigation check?
I mean, the arrows are right there, so I'd say history.
History?
Dune, you take this. Have advantage. I help.
Roll again.
Yep, roll at
You get
advantage.
Okay. Just to see. You always
Okay.
could get a natural 20.
What'd you get? 22. Okay. They appear to be arrows and bolts, perhaps from Halrua. It's a land to the south of Faerun, but nothing about them really stands out to you. Most of the projectiles that were fired were crossbow bolts, heavy crossbow bolts.
The guy yelling at us, what is his race?
Appears to be Halruan, but Halruan's a bit of a mix of people.
That's what I was saying, because you had said they were like elves and half elves and
Human.
humans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's an ethnic melting pot in Elro for the most part.
Okay.
If that's the case, I'm just gonna shut up. Mind helping us get up there then? And I start taking out climbing kits.
We got a rope ladder that we can throw down to you.
That works.
Excellent. I'm going to push on fucking Reese to go up first.
Why
No,
do
wait,
I have to go up first?
I wanna go first.
I'll go first. It's
No,
fine.
I wanna go
Because
first.
you're our
I'm the one that-
barbarian.
Listen,
And
I'm
then
the
you-
tankiest. I'll take the most damage, so it's fine.
Is he too far away?
Send the
to
tank
investigate?
first.
What do you
All
want?
right,
to do on him?
up I
'Cause they also
go.
rolled an insight check on him and
Oh,
we
you did?
failed. Yeah.
I'm confused. Who's going up first then?
Me.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I did. Nim
If you're
did, Reese
going,
did.
if you're going up the ladders first, I'm gonna get close and says, and like Trey's gonna tell Reese, don't trust this fucker. Stay sharp. Stab him if he does anything sketchy when you get up there. I'm right behind you.
Of course, I'm
And
gonna
then send
stab
you
him
one.
if he does something sketchy.
I know, but just stay sharp. Type thing, okay?
What is? I'm gonna, I guess.
I'd argue I'm
tell
sharper than you,
Hella
Trey.
and Elena, like,
And I start climbing up the ladder.
I'm gonna look at Hella and Elena, and Allery's gonna say, I guess you two can just
Who's this?
wait down here till we get done, or if you want to come.
Who is this?
Who's what?
It's just popped up.
What popped up?
I'm confused.
I've only got it pop up, but the rest of us all see a black screen, so we're good.
Can you all see?
No, all I see is black.
Screen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can. Oh, right, because I
Alright.
haven't actually put you on. I haven't actually put you on the map yet. That would be very helpful if I could actually put your tokens on the map.
Are Hella and Elena staying at the bottom?
So the ladder comes from the lowest portion. You can see him kind of gesturing with his hands, and you see a ladder from over on the left side, which is the closest to the ground. And
I'll climb
when I
out.
add you,
I'll
hopefully
see a black screen.
y'all can see.
Oh,
Give me a second.
Go back.
Put everybody on here. Mallory.
Is Hella and Elena staying at the bottom?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason for them to come up unless they want to.
Yeah, they can stay at the bottom.
Okay, I'm just gonna hand the vial of holy water to Elena. My vial of holy, just in case something comes out of the woodworks.
All right. They're
So
gonna
then
stay a
I'll
little
just go.
close to the ladder, though. Who's behind Reese?
Me.
Okay, and are you all following in rapid sequence?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Allery is in the back.
I go before Allery.
I
You're gonna
actually.
drag yourself one down, Nim.
I'm like carrying my
Sure.
longsword with me in case anything at all happens. I'm like ready to slice.
Honestly, we could bring this whole thing down with a few well-placed slices.
Mhm.
Or a fireball. Hear me out.
Oh, I was about to say, or
No.
fireball.
Allery, now hear
I'm
me out.
always here for
Unless you want
fireball.
an army
Let's
of
go commit
undead.
arson.
So me raising a T-Rex that would have been useful? No. Fireballing a bow? Sure.
Yes,
That's
because
just the double
arson.
standards.
As you reach the top,
Arson is a lot different than raising a T-Rex back to life. Undead life.
No.
as you reach the top of the aft portion, that is about 50 feet up from the base of the ground, it appears to have been impaled on this massive tree branch. Reese, you are able to get a better view of the ship itself as you kind of hop over, and you can see a couple of figures kind of eyeing you cautiously, and they kind of just gaze at you. Here is the first one, and on this portion of the ship, here is the second.
Love
and-
this dude's name.
They appear to be just exhausted and depleted and bandaged, and there's the remnants of, again, a battle from the previous night that they were describing with the guerrilla zombies trying to make their way. Yeah, be gay, do crimes. That's our moniker. Be gay, commit cosmic war crimes.
Exactly.
And shortly thereafter, Reese, you kind of jump up first, and you have a moment where you're just kind of surveying everything. And Trey, you follow up shortly behind, and you bump into Reese. Reese, you have a moment of recognition where some of these flashes of your past, you kind of shake it off, but you have this moment of recognition, and you can't quite place it, though you think you know, and you just feel this pit in your stomach as Trey kind of bumps into you. And you can see that they don't appear to recognize you. They don't appear to recognize you, but these two individuals just kind of nod as you make your way up. And although they're eyeballing you skeptically, they're kind of takes a step back. Dunefoot comes up shortly thereafter.
He places a hand on Reese's shoulder and say, and she'll be like, "Don't let your guard down." I'm like, shift, and like actually get my longsword out and my shield out just in case. And then try to like make way for people to actually get up.
I probably put a hand on my glaive based on instinct, not the crocodile halberd, probably just instinctually grabs the original glaive that I had.
Okay. Eventually, June makes their way up, followed by Nim.
Makes my...
Ellery's shortly behind.
Are they wearing like the red and silver colors?
They are not. And
I'm telling you, these guys are sus.
Yeah, there's sus.
This guy in front of you says,
very tense right now.
Says, well, it's a little bit precarious moving from branch to branch, but if you can get on this one and scurry over, kind of spits over the side of the, scurry over the branch, you can get to the central portion of the ship, and then you can get to the bow, again by the branch in the middle. And
are they wearing any symbols?
Can Allery do
Allery, eventually, yes, you do come up, and one of them, this man over here, is like, have you got any healers or clerics? We seem to have lost one of our number last night in the attack. Anyone that can resurrect or revive anyone. We have wounded on the other side, on the bow, and one who lost his battle with these zombies.
I say, unfortunately, we can't do any of that for you. None of us are that well healers.
I look at Reese and I have like the most crooked smile.
Yeah, this guy over here
I just look at you side-eyed.
Oh no, we are the bad guys.
Me actively being like, we can't heal any of you guys.
Do they have any like emblems, crests, symbols?
No,
like
but
on their clothing or anything?
One of the
emblems, crest symbols, and anything that would identify who they are.
make a perception check, because it would take time to investigate. So go ahead and make a perception check.
I do better investigations, but that's okay.
Can we say Dune has advantage because Trey is also helping?
Yeah.
Or also doing so? Okay.
Wow, natural 19.
Oh,
Nice.
You're welcome.
None of them that you can see have any of the symbols of Harua. There is a large, kind of hulking dwarf that kind of pops up on top of this branch, and he's like, have you got any supplies or anything? We got wounded. And he looks just kind of this rough, kind of spitting as he's talking, missing a few teeth. This has a skull belt and these kind of charms and sort of fetishes of bone that are kind of adorning different parts of his attire. There's a couple of arrow bolts that appear to have been ceremoniously left in some of his armor, crossbow bolts and arrows. And he's like, "You go ahead, huh?
We'll talk to your leader about what we can and can't do for help."
All right, join us in the center of the ship, boy." Kind of jumps back down.
I kind of jerk my head to Trey to kind of have Trey go first.
I'm just gonna tilt my head, being like, "Well, you're letting me go first. Are you okay, Reese?"
This guy over here, what appears to be, he does have wizard tomes kind of on his belt. He appears to be some sort of a spellcaster. Looks at Reese and says, "You look awfully familiar. We've met somewhere before."
I just have one of those faces.
She is very pretty.
Aw.
Aw, why
Kind of
thank you, Trey.
narrows his
That came
eyes.
out of nowhere.
I gave her a pat.
I
I
like
gave
to
her.
imagine dude has zero pickup on the
Oh yeah.
situation.
Oh, he has no idea. He's just like, wow, he's taking notes about this bow and be like, wow, this is so cool. This is like,
Just Reese's voice is just getting sickly sweet. Just, oh, yes.
As-
Mallory's gonna pop into Reese's head and is like, "Hey, buddy, do you know these people?"
I moved you. I'll let you move where you want. But this is the branch that connects over to the other portion of the boat. It's a little precarious over here. But
I'm having Trey and everyone else go first, and I'll go last.
all right, and as you do, I'll let everyone
Okay.
kind of get up there. And as you do, kind of making his way over to the branch here, and kind of directing you all in. As Trey kind of comes over first, this large kind of dwarf is kind of making sure that you're able to get down. Reese, while you're on the tree, you have a moment where this man kind of hops up on the tree and just kind of puts his arm out and goes, "Oi, all right, some fucking backup." And Reese, you kind of freeze in place at the recognition.
Do we notice this?
Of
I
Garrett.
just kind of respond to Allery a little belatedly, like, yeah. And they're not good news.
Can I fireball yet?
You're
Can
on
I
a,
stab?
you're on a wooden ship.
Get everyone
Yeah,
else off the
please do.
ship first.
So, Reese, you freeze as this man kind of walks up onto the thing and you lock eyes with him. This is the man, the famous poacher, Garrick Torum. Not only does he hunt exotic animals, he hunts exotic humanoids. And you can see that he has trophies on his belt. Tiefling horns, hooves, beards, dwarvish beards, and raven feathers on his neck. He has a reputation for hunting people, humanoids of different exotic races, for their different trophies as a sort of prestige, and sells the rest. Also has a history of human trafficking and piracy. And as you lock eyes with him and have this moment of recognition, the silence falls over the surrounding area. A hushed silence falls over the ship, and the rest of you kind of stop and see that this man is just kind of staring in locked eyes with Reese. And after this intense, long pause, you all kind of notice, again, the dwarven beards, the tiefling hooves, the tiefling horns, the ASMR feathers, and other exotic trophies hanging from his belt and his shoulders. And he looks over at Reese, and he goes, Angel blood. What a fucking small world.
Reese has no words. She's fuming.
This was the man that cut your wings off when you were a child.
She's caught in between freeze. She's trying to figure out what to do. Her fight and flight is just fucked up right now. She's like, do I run? Do I fight? Do I fawn? What do I do?
You hear this guy over here is like, Oi, Garrick! Who? You alright?
Allery wants to pop into Reese's head, and in his best dad voice is gonna be like, "It's okay, sweetie. We'll kill them."
You don't get a response.
They do all have a level of exhaustion.
Where did he get a level of exhaustion from?
Fighting the zombies the night before.
We didn't fight. Oh, they all have a level of
Yeah,
exhaustion.
they have a level of
I
exhaustion.
always said we did. We were all
No, they do.
God.
Because Trey was the first one on the center ship, I'm gonna stand behind him and look over at Reese and just like shift my sword. What do you say?
The very slightest of nods.
I want to go and stab him in the back.
Make an attack roll.
With the sword.
Nim's going to actually back up on a branch as carefully as they can, just like get right here.
19.
I'm shaking, like, oh my god.
Okay.
There's a 19.
Go ahead and roll damage. We're gonna call this, and
Okay.
we're gonna call this an attack of opportunity.
It's a 1d8 plus 4. This guy isn't a fiend, is he? He's just a piece of shit. Is he a fiend? Because that does extra damage.
Your hit seems to sink into human flesh.
5 plus 4. That's also a plus 3 on damage. So, yeah, because it's 5 plus 7. I can maths.
12 points of damage.
As
That.
soon as Trey moves, Allery's gonna cast Ice Storm on the bow of the ship
But
with the injured.
As soon as the axe lands, because they're all on edge, I need everyone to roll initiative. So 12 damage, right?
Yeah, from the longsword.
As you just, and he just kind of grins and spits out blood in front of him, and just kind of still grinning at Reese, and he goes, "Take all the fucking trophies you want."
Oh my god, the first time I didn't roll absolute dog shit in initiative. Oh my god, Reese.
Which one's Dune? Which one? Which
That's
one's
very accurate,
Allery?
though, Reese. What did
What,
you say?
having been trafficked as a child?
Yeah.
I said, which one's Dune? Which one's Allery?
We clicked on the specific token, so when
Initiative?
Evan pulls up the character order thing, it'll put them in the correct order.
Oh, okay.
At least my AC is now 21.
I rolled the same as someone.
My AC is 18, bitch, and I'm gonna start casting AoE spells and slaughter.
Don't kill
Reese
me.
is just standing here like, no, 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 no.
It's only
Get off the tree.
14.
Alright, executive decision.
That studded armor
added
added a little
captain
bit extra.
conscious.
Oh yeah, of
Captain
course.
remains conscious. We slaughter everything else.
Hey,
I should say
Lars,
living unconscious.
Lars the Lucky.
Not for long. I really
I can
need to keep-
see
Ah,
an
come
initiative
back.
for Lars the Lucky. He rolled a nat one.
King.
I just love that someone with the name the Lucky rolled a nat one on initiative.
He really rolled the lowest possible. Of course, he has a +4 to Dex, so.
I like that Elena rolled so fucking high. Elena, honey.
All right, so we have Trey, Dune,
Elena,
Nim,
there.
Valerie, Reese.
Did Elena come up with us?
No. So she has to fly up.
Elena's down there, but roll tonight.
Alright, Peter, hey.
She's going to bamf out her wings. And she is at full
Read the
health.
room, Elena.
Well, she's got to get up there.
I know.
And is going to use all of her movements to get up to this portion of the tree here, just and land on top of this.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask, are those all flat? They're not just
Oh,
like,
actually, no. Yeah, those are not flat. Those are
Okay. Like a perspective view of trunks of
Yeah,
trees. So
it's a
you could
perspective
align,
view.
like on the branches.
Do you know what? I should have pushed them off the tree.
And she lands kind of just at the edge of there's kind of like it's a canopy, right? It's a canopy, but she lands kind of at the edge of it, still kind of partially hidden, as again it's the top of the tree canopy, but she's going to have to just kind of dash through it to get. And you can see Garrett kind of look over and try to like just grin as he looks over towards Elena, seeing like the flash of wings once again, but that's all of her movement. She just flies up towards the top of the tree here. And
Fucking Hella, what is Hella gonna do?
Hella's just
well, she you can see her like look down at Hella just to make sure. I think I can probably have her do the hover. It might take her a while to get straight up, but just in case.
I was like, hang on, I'll be there. Give me a couple rounds. No.
we finished the fight. Hella's like, "Hey, what's up?"
Hella gently lands.
Hella
like,
makes it up right in time.
to be fair, she has an arrow, like crossbow bolt, so she could potentially try sniping them down if she can see them.
It might be weird because the boat and she's below the whole
I'm wondering. I'm wondering if I could just slice these ropes here, like all these ropes.
You're gonna
Everything
kill
will come crashing down.
Like if I can do
How
all these
far-
ropes and just slice them all
Man.
How
off.
far up are we?
So this
How far up are we?
50 feet. You are okay. So the stern is 50 feet up above the ground. The central portion of the ship is 65 feet, and the bow is 75 feet above the ground. So each portion is a little bit higher up than the last portion. But as you're calculating this sort of dwarven berserker just runs full tilt at Trey and is going to attack Trey recklessly. And I'm going to give Trey HP and AC.
Does the exhaustion give you disadvantage on attacks?
Not at level 1.
Not attacks, just
Ability checks.
I wish it gave you a fuck. Also, probably not undead, but if it is undead, they're gonna have a hard time hitting me. But I don't think they're undead because they're bound to fucking hunters.
All right, it's a 14, and wow, natural, 3 natural ones as he does, and kind of is frothing at the mouth and swings at you. And the 14, you're able to just kind of turn, ripping your axe out of the guy in front of you, taking your axe and kind of blocking it up, and he slams the axe into you and then tries to swing again. And as he does, you're able to use the axe as leverage and put a foot behind him and trip him onto the ground. He falls prone and drops the axe as he and slams down onto the ground with a thud. He is currently
Is the axe the only weapon he has?
He is currently, yes, he's currently unarmed. He doesn't appear to have any other weapons, and he is technically prone. And it is your turn, so you have advantage on trying to hit him.
Take him off the ship.
Hold on, would it cost me an action to pick up the axe and fling it off the tree? Fling it off the boat?
That would be, I would say, that would be a free object. That would be your free object interact.
I'm gonna fling the axe and try Can I try like grab him and throw him off the boat?
That would be a grapple.
Can I try to do that?
Okay, so are you doing the axe first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm flinging the axe, and then I'm gonna grab him and try to throw him off.
So you would have to get here because the axe fell on his right side.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 10 feet of movement, and you kind of use your free object interact. You kind of very deftly swing your axe from your right hand into your left. Reach down, pick up the axe, and throw it off the boat. As he just kind of looks over, and then you try to grab. So that would be an athletics check, and he has disadvantage. It's opposed athletics checks.
Athletics, 17. Plus 7.
All right, at disadvantage, he rolled a 12 because he has a level of exhaustion. So you're able to use your action to kind of reach down and grab him by the collar and yank him up. You just and rip him up to eye level. It would have to be so you're moving at half speed. So pulling him over here, not moving. I would say that would be well. Actually, I would say just to reposition him over here. Over here would be fine. I'd say maybe just repositioning over here as you're kind of like dragging, and then I guess you could try and use your momentum as your movement now that you have him to try and just bring him up and over the side, but that would be another active athletics check just to see if you actually have the strength to lift him up and over. I'll say he's pretty heavy, so I'll say DC 18.
I rolled a 16 plus 7. So 23.
You hear like an impact on the ground, and he takes 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm. Does the noise by any chance alert any undead in the vicinity?
Difficult to tell. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, difficult to tell. Anything else on your turn?
I've got 15 feet of movement left? So I moved 10, and then...
Yeah, you have... we'll say you got 15 feet of movement left.
Okay, I want to get between the guy and Allery.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to do.
Kind of take a defensive stance.
Won't really do... You kind of take your last little bit of action economy to kind of jump up and try to ready your axe.
And then just like, yeah.
Alright.
I protect.
Alright.
I will be right back. If someone tries to hit me, my AC is 21. Here.
The dwarf down there still alive?
Is the what, Emma?
Is the dwarf that fell still alive?
Let's see. Make a perception check. As you kind of gaze over the side. Yeah, so he's looking down, you can see him like, and kind of slowly shifting. He's a pretty hardy dwarf, but he's now 65 feet below. Actually, that was... We'll do one more. I'll round up for this, for a fall. Oh wait, no, so that would be a 1. Yeah, a 1, so another 1 point of damage. Alright. The mage is gonna move up here 5-10 feet. And I just want to check the range on this spell. Ignore that first one. 60-foot cone. Alright. Or ignore the second one. Alright. So that is...
I hope Hela gets the message and attacks the guy on the floor. Oh, not fucking cone of cold again.
And these fucking magicians and cone of cold. Come on.
I'm terrified that if they knock either not you but Dune, he'll fall to his death.
Nim will
Okay.
fall to their death.
Wait, where's Nim? Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's everyone. He's gonna position it in a way where yeah, he's gonna position it in a way where it hits
I guess I
everyone
knew.
except the boss. So I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna use my DM inspiration.
Okay,
I'm also going to use my DM inspiration.
nice. That's a success. All right. So Dune, a success for Dune. That's a
I rolled a
success.
natural one.
That's a success for
Ugh.
Trey. And
Yes,
okay,
Emma.
so everyone succeeds except Reese.
But Reese can actually take the hit. The rest of
Yes.
us die.
Yeah.
Which was a clutch save. What's your and Reese? Your AC is 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I gotta add HP and AC for everyone. All right.
God, I hate
So, Reese, you take 32 points of cold damage,
Oh, that's not bad. What the heck?
and
We're all going to survive that. Very good.
This dude sucks.
and that is. So everyone else takes 16 points of cold damage as that familiar blast of cold energy as this mage traces sort of glowing white runes into the air that seem to form a spell circle that kind of drips with frost and ice, and the runes kind of coat this circle in frost and ice itself as he thrusts a hand through the center of the spell circle, and it shatters, and this massive cone of cold just like a flash blizzard just shoots out in front of all of you. So Reese takes 32 points of cold damage, and again the rest of you take 16 points of cold damage. So
Except
yes,
Dune, right? Because of the evasion.
evasion,
thingy,
yeah,
or-
if you're using evasion you take no damage
Yep.
if you succeed. Is it no damage or quarter damage?
None, I think, if you make the success.
Yeah, I think you're... Yeah, okay. So, yeah, Dune, you're good. You take no damage. Allery, Trey, and Nim, you all take 16 points of... 1/6 points of cold damage.
Gotcha, boss. Oh, this is horrifying.
I like how me and Emma were both like, yes, DM inspiration use now.
And he kind of looks over and sees that you're all still standing. And as he's got one arm out, and you can see the frost kind of forming around his gloved hand and icicles kind of forming on his fingertips, he kind of lowers his hand, and as the mist of cold just begins to dissipate, he sees that you're all still standing, and that Reese, you just look up and you look pissed, and he goes, "Oh, fuck."
Yes.
That's right, motherfucker.
Dune, you're up.
Be afraid.
And also one of the guys got thrown off the ship.
Is Wizard Boy still alive?
Yeah, he's the one who just hit us.
For my bonus action,
And he's the one on the tree branch with you.
Insightful. You want to use insightful fighting?
I want to use Insightful Fighting as the bonus action.
Okay. Just go ahead and make a Yeah, go ahead and make your insight check.
Ooh.
Oof. Yeah, it's difficult to make anything out, unfortunately.
Eee.
It is contested. He might roll a natural 1.
Oh, yeah, okay. That is true. That is true. And actually, yeah, he has disadvantage. So. And that's contested against charisma?
Yeah, his deception.
Deception. Okay.
Deception.
Intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
Ah,
5. So, yeah.
unfortunately not.
Yeah.
You can still hit him, but you just won't get the sneak attack.
Okay.
You could get sneak attack against this guy because our friend is here. That's up to you. If you want to hit this guy or this guy.
I'm gonna hit the guy who I can use.
Okay, so Dune is aiming for the captain.
Okay. All right. With his short bow?
Yeah.
Okay. The tabaxi readies the short bow. 22 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage as you loosen arrow. It goes right into his side. And he goes, I could use some tabaxi ears.
Gross.
Absolutely not.
Emily is trying to hit the button that says sneak attack.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack.
Snicky, snicky.
Ooh, nice max damage. As he kind of
Holy
as he
fuck.
says that, he kind of twists, and as he kind of twists and turns to try and to get ready for his next move, and you can see him visibly wince and coughs up some blood as you seem to have hit a vital organ.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck you,
No,
bitch.
don't kill him. Just make him go unconscious. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, we're doing non-lethal damage to this guy. We really don't want to kill him if that's possible.
Is that everything?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
Specifically the captain. Everyone is on site. Everyone else can fucking die.
I'm
I
gonna
can't-
Everyone else is on site.
All right. He's going to bonus action disengage.
Oh, rogue?
Do not fucking run away from me, bitch. Oh, because he disengaged, I can't use a reaction, right?
No.
That's how it is. Fuck.
No, you can't.
It is going to make an athletics check, 40 feet. Well, actually, then we'll bring him back to 30.
Do not touch the cat boy.
All right.
Do you know what's gonna be funny? If I start Eldritch Blasting everyone and dragging them 10 feet so they continuously start falling off. It's gonna be funny.
oh, come to
He's
me.
going to throw a dagger at, which misses, at Dune. But he takes a dagger. He's got a whole belt full of daggers, a sort of a bandolier, and he takes one off. And he kind of kneels down, looks at Dune, and tries to get the right angle. But Dune, being a tabaxi, you kind of like duck down in a way that a normal human would be nervous about doing on a tree. You just kind of do a little split and hold on to the side as he throws the dagger, and it goes whooshes past Reese and kind of keeps going past Reese into the trees of Earth, eventually striking some of another canopy, clanging off, hitting the ground, and he just Allery, you're up.
Let's go, Allery, let's go. No fireballs, please.
Okay, Essie, is this
Anyway.
person here something I can stand on?
I don't know. You know what?
It
I
would
think you should
require
do?
a check because it's very precarious.
What are you thinking, Reese?
I was just thinking,
Acrobatics.
if we just get rid
I feel
of,
like that's acrobatics.
if we
but-
attack them at their weakest, at the weak and sick guys over here. hurt them.
I'm about to try
Like,
something
we'll
over there.
stop
Don't
this
worry
bitch
about
from
it.
doing Cone of Cold.
I'm about to try something
So-
over there. Don't worry about it.
If you have anything that can pull them slightly closer, I can finish them off with an Eldritch Blast. To drag them off the ship.
It's okay. I'm trying something here. Next turn is mine, I believe.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll try
Allery,
something.
followed by Nim,
Don't
followed
worry
by
about
the other two members of the crew over here on the right-hand side.
So what we'll do then
Make it.
is I'm going to call
Interesting.
forth an elemental.
Okay.
I'm going to call forth, just for y'all's sake, we'll do...
Air would be a good one, I think.
Yeah, we'll do air.
You can
I
use
want
people
it
up, I'm pretty sure.
to be summoned.
Okay.
Next to our favorite mage.
Okay.
It does get a separate initiative roll. Cool.
And
Roll its initiative.
yeah, okay.
Sorry, my turn's gonna take an extra second. I wasn't quite sure.
You said it takes the form. You said you're using air.
Yes.
Okay. That actually changes things up a bit. Make a smaller version of that. There we go.
Yeah, because it is a large creature.
Oh, it is.
With a fly speed.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's roll your initiative, buddy.
Does that mean just hold?
Oh, he's got a +5.
Mhm.
He's got a 14 initiative. And Allery's command to
Okay.
him is slaughter the wizard.
Right, and does this use an air elemental stat block or?
It doesn't. It says you call forth an elemental servant.
Okay. And you have your own stats for it on your end?
I do have a stat block open for it, and it's a challenge rating 5, which is what it says. So
Okay. Okay. Well, I just gave you control. If it's
you.
the same one, that would be perfect. And what's the initiative for it?
it is a 15.
15. Okay.
Now I'm
What's
concentrating on the
the?
spell.
I gotta check the dex modifier of this. +5, yeah, so it goes before the wizard. As Allery's eyes kind of go black again, and you can see just these shadowy tentacles just start to whip out from behind his back as part of his spellcasting flair. And as he kind of traces these elder runes in front of him that kind of glow black, this wind starts to form kind of around Reese and the mage. And it's this sort of sea air, and it smells like the ocean, and it just begins to form. And what appears is this greenish, brackish, almost black water elemental that just seems to roar as if the sound of crashing waves seems to echo through the canopy, just and seemingly sort of mirroring the motion of the shadowy tentacles that just flicker and appear behind Allery as he casts. And his eyes kind of go from black to normal once more as he returns to the present moment, but the elemental persists as he maintains concentration on the elemental. Very cool.
And then Allery is gonna go over here and
Okay. Jumping
just
down
fucking-
onto the main deck.
brace, I guess, for whatever his friends are about to do.
Okay. Nim, you're up. Words, you are up. Sorry, I like bleh. Had an issue with my beer.
I will be casting Shatter at 3rd level right here.
Okay. Can you link that again? I have to double check on the wording of that.
Yeah.
As I'm curious about something else.
How do I just
click on it. Or click on.
Curious about something else too.
Click on the little bubble. And then actually click on the spell. And yeah, okay, thank you. And then if you click on the actual spell itself, it'll say cast at what level. You select the level you want to cast, and then it will roll the damage for you, which is pretty cool. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay. So sudden loud noise, perfect. All right. A 10-foot radius sphere. Okay. And you're casting it right here? Right in the center of
here. The center.
Okay.
Oh, Aaron's face.
It also says non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage if it's in the spell's area. So I don't
The boat.
I'm trying to see if I can mess up the boat as well.
Dismantle. Why? You can still like get shit from it, most likely.
I mean, to be fair, it would just fall, right?
Right?
And
Yeah,
crush.
then it'll be a mess of like debris and then zombies, and then it's gonna be like a whole.
So-
Oh, honey, we're not being quiet anymore.
I guess not.
$10-foot radius, which means it's a 20-foot diameter, right?
Yes.
That math.
Yes.
So I
That
think it'd
do
be
be
twice
how
that
math do
size,
math.
Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Centered right here.
Okay. As you let out the Black Canary scream once more, and this entire section of the boat begins to shake and parts of the board begin to vibrate. I'm going with it. It's a loud ringing noise, painfully intense. And let's see. Thunder damage. Okay, a creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, has disadvantage. Okay, yeah, because it's thunder damage. All right, bear with me. I have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saving throws.
There was things in the deck. There were things in the deck. There are probably people being trafficked like Reese was that are about to die.
Oops.
They also
Might
said that they had
be-
injured people, right? So
I mean,
Yeah, we think they might. Our
If
bard
I just-
might have just killed a bunch of
If I just messed up, sorry.
kind of.
My bad. Apparently now I'm a war criminal too.
That's
I'm a
true.
war
Well,
criminal too. Maybe not
Well,
quite cosmic level. Not quite cosmic level,
well,
but
death is a better fate, in my opinion.
Y'all cool? Trey from the other side of the boat, huh? Yeah? Death is
Okay, all right.
a construct.
All right, 13, 12, 6. Okay, that's better. You just hear this cacophony of screams just erupt from within the hold as you let out your sonic boom of a scream, a high-pitched scream, and it's mirrored in 6 voices screaming in agony from below the deck. And as you look over, the captain just kind of, all right, I respect that, but hands off the fucking merchandise.
Nim. Nim.
I bid
Nim.
so much. They all hurt.
At least it was
All of
only
my things hurt.
13
That's a
points.
failure.
So maybe they aren't commoners.
Let's see.
We actually do have healing magic. We can help. If
Yeah.
Me wasting my
Absolutely.
spell slots on
Man,
commoners.
Minus
No.
Instead of just-
13.
I was trying to decide if I wanted to take the spell magic as that other 3rd level spell or like mass healing word, and now I'm kind of sad I didn't take mass healing word.
Oh, well.
D20. Those are 11. Those are all fails. That is
Did they all die?
I just killed a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
I'm proud
I
of
definitely
you.
just killed a bunch of people.
Hey, it's okay. I can revive them.
Definitely just killed a bunch of
Temporarily.
innocents.
Temporarily. Actually, I have spared the dying. So as long as I get within them, like
Yeah, I have
within
spared the dying as well. So as long as like they aren't dead,
Anything else on your turn? Oh wait, I gotta make saving throws for the actual
No!
thugs.
If they are dead,
Oh,
though,
boy.
we're giving them a proper funeral. We're cremating them so their
Oh,
souls
I
don't get
can.
fucked
I
up.
can actually. I have ceremony. I can give them a proper funeral.
Cool.
I can do burial rites.
That makes me not feel as bad now.
You still killed a bunch of people. Probably, maybe. I'm not sure.
You know what?
If you say worth
I
it.
understand that right now.
Okay.
Well, the thugs both failed as well. So both of the thugs take
They are the bad guys.
13 points of damage.
I'm okay
Okay.
with that.
Yeah, okay. As you can see them kind
At
of
least it hit someone
cupping.
it was supposed to.
You see them kind of cupping their ears and just as blood starts to kind of pour down the sides of their ears, and out of one of the one that had initially spoken with you, blood trickles down his nose. That's good. So you also hit two of the thugs. Anything? You said you're good. That's the end of your turn.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. As soon as I heard all the other screams, I was like, oh, actually, I am going to move. 5, 10. I'm gonna move right here.
Everyone on the Twitch stream can see what's going on.
And I'm just
but...
I'm gonna mouth. Oops. Allery.
Allery has like a look of like mild horror, like
One of the thugs that had initially spoken with you kind of runs over to the base of this tree here and fires a heavy crossbow at Nim, which goes totally wide, just off and kind of impacts into this tree branch here. And he just begins to reload.
Miss, dick.
Same thing.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun just Eldritch Blast dragging people off the trees.
And he has advantage now because of pack tactics. Which
I only
also
have 28
misses.
hit points left.
An arrow goes in between Nim and Gabe, just it goes kind of up and over.
God,
way wide.
someone needs to teach you guys how to fire a goddamn arrow.
Reese and everyone else,
Stormtrooper thugs.
black feathers, 10 or 20 of them, 30 of them kind of just start floating down from high above the sky. I need you to roll 2 D100s for me, Reese.
Okay.
Raven Queen Mama coming in.
42 and 73.
Okay. Nothing happens now, so go ahead and give yourself your turn.
Okay.
But you can see that black feathers start to just kind of fall from the sky during this battle.
I'm gonna move in front of here,
Okay.
and actually, can I stand on this part?
That would require an athletics check.
Okay.
That's it. It looks like it would snap. It's basically like an athletics check to jump over to this portion of the branch here.
Okay, yeah, I'll jump over.
All right, go ahead and make an
here.
athletics check, and you have advantage on this check.
I got a. What's my athletics score? 16.
Yeah, you're good. You kind of jump over and you are able to kind of catch yourself at the last second and You have successfully made the jump across the 5-foot gap.
Nice. Does that take? That doesn't take my action, does it?
No, it's just part of your movement.
Cool. So I used up all of my movement doing that, and now I'm going to use the cantrip that I just got, Booming Blade, on my weapon.
Before you do, as you're jumping, I'm gonna say this was my bad. At the end of this thug's turn, because it was kind of telegraphed, he uses a legendary action to take out a throwing knife, one of the ones that he has on his belt, and just whips it at Dune. He really wants those cat ears. This guy's a sick fuck, by the way, so that is...
This guy is a sick.
It's a natural 1, so...
Not that big a sick fuck.
I'm gonna have him roll again to see if he hits the mage.
Oh, please.
Oh,
That'd be
please hit the mage.
fucking great.
Please roll a natural 20 now.
Mhm.
That would make my day.
Yeah, he hits.
That's hilarious.
As it goes into, it goes through the elemental sort of parts for the blade, and it goes. The mage goes, oh, at the last second, and it sticks into his shoulder. He goes, oh, what the fuck? He takes 13 points of damage. Okay, go ahead, Reese.
Alright, so I'm using Booming Blade. I'm gonna send it in the thing.
All right.
So it's like a regular attack that adds depth to it.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
19 to hit.
Yep. So your blade begins to vibrate with this kind of sort of force energy, just as you swing the crocodile, using the crocodile halberd.
No. I'm using the other, just the glaive
Okay.
at the moment.
Okay. So 19 does hit.
19 hit. Alright.
Go ahead and roll damage on your glaive as you just swing the vibro blade down into the shoulder of Garrick Thorm.
That's
Garrick Torum.
13 damage.
Nice.
And then, yeah. And then I'll take my second attack.
Okay. And you see him kind of like, and his muscles are just rippling with the impact of the booming blade as he just kind of grits his teeth through it. What's the second attack?
The second attack is a natural 20.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I love these narrative.
Go ahead and roll
20s.
damage.
Me too. Oh my god.
These
Roll-
narrative
roll-
20s.
Roll your dice, and let me know what your damage roll is. Or
I
let me
rolled-
know what your dice roll is for the damage before you add any modifiers.
I rolled 2 9s.
Oh, okay, yeah, so perfect. I was just gonna have you double it, but that works anyway.
So 18 and then plus 3.
Yep. 21.
21 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I just simply want to slice this dude's head off, and can I
Simply.
simply I just want to, and can I catch his head as I cut it off?
Sure. So you take your glaive, and as you rip it out, and he's kind of just vibrating, and he goes, "Look at how strong you've become, huh? If I hadn't..." And before he can even finish talking, you just take the blade and with all of your strength, and just the rage and hate just seething from every part of your body. Before he can even finish his statement, you just slice clean through his neck as his head starts to fall off, you reset the glaive, and as you're pulling the glaive back, you grab onto his hair and slice through again to make sure that you sever through, and you just rip the head off and kind of hold it there.
Just shut up for once in your life.
And as you do, as you scream, just shut up for once in your life, the rest of you kind of just have this moment where everything goes silent and everyone, there's this hushed kind of, oh, from the men on the ship. And seemingly out of nowhere, in the silence, a pair of massive black feathered wings just erupt from behind Reese. And the sunlight just kind of hits her in a way that illuminates her from behind. And she almost has this angelic visage as these two black wings just spread out and these black feathers continue to fall from the sky as she just holds on to the head. I need you to roll 66 twice.
66 twice. I'll do that above board, see what happens here.
My bitch got her wings back. Ra-ta-ta-ta.
8-Bit Geek Gamer, thank you so much for the follow. Let me know what each one is. Okay,
20
nice.
and 26.
All right. So, as the silence returns, as the silence continues and the wings just kind of remain outstretched and the sunlight illuminates her like an angelic deity, as she kind of holds up the head, she lets out this primal scream. And as she does, you can see these ripples of energy, just a black ring of sort of this negative energy. As it goes through all of your friends, they have this moment of, it feels like death, but it goes through them without harming them. And a second radiant ring of sort of golden pulsing energy, just with these two rings just shoot out in every direction for a total of 46 damage. As the ring of energy just pulses out through the treetops. The mage
Kaput.
and both of these thugs
Kaput.
drop dead at where they stand and begin to wither and decay into dust before your very eyes. Except for Lars and Lucky, who says, "Oh fuck!"
Oh, this poor bastard.
And he is going
It's his
to
turn, isn't it?
try and yes, that's 20, and he's going to try and make an athletics check to slide down the ladder.
Oh my god, into Hella's waiting arms. What's up?
Okay, so
I was just like,
as he tries to slide down the ladder, he fails the check.
This dude
Literally
says he's
falls
lucky.
And you hear no, and then a thud on the ground, and then you hear, holy shit!
fucking hella.
I feel so sorry for Hella. She's just trying to do her job and then this happens to her.
I know.
Is the dude
Poor
that fell
Hella.
off in the very beginning still alive?
Yeah, what's his deal?
Yes.
Man.
I have
He's prone.
I have a plan for that one, which is going to be very stupid.
Elena,
I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast him.
So like drag him up and then he falls 10 feet and takes full damage anyways.
Elena can technically see from there, so she's gonna send the 3 bolts
I want a
of
yo-yo.
energy.
Yo-yo. Do I not get to yo-yo the man?
To Yo-Yo?
Yeah, I want to try yo-yo the man. I'm
I
gonna
don't
need
even
a
want the
yo-yo.
man to know what you mean.
You'll see.
Oh my god,
Hopefully.
wait. So does that mean I just got 4 kills for my kill counter?
Ah, son of a bitch! I forgot about the kill counter, not gonna lie.
Yeah, and she misses, unfortunately, with both of her blasts. Hela is going to fire a crossbow, also at disadvantage, because he hasn't gotten up yet. That does hit 16? Yeah, that hits.
Oh, it's disadvantage because he's prone.
Yeah, but it still hits you. You hear He's going to use half his movement speed to get up. Kind of just run back in this direction. Doesn't really know what's going on. He's right below. He's 65 feet down below the boat here on the ground. 65 feet down from the center of the boat.
This is so stupid, but I want to be very petty. I want to move to the edge of the boat, cast Eldritch Blast at him, and he's going to move 10 feet up into the air and then drop back to the floor.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make your Eldritch Blast attack roll. As your eyes kind of begin to gloss over as well with your ancient power, black and smoky, as you run to the side and form those black flame Eldritch Blasts. One in each of your hands as you quickly shoulder the axe and...
Natural 20 to hit.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
It had to be on the petty kill. I rolled a 6, so it's 12.
12, yep.
3. Because Eldritch
15,
Invocation.
okay.
Yes.
And as you... Black flame in both hands, it impacts, and these sort of deathly skeletal arms wrap around him and yank him back up into the air before they disappear into a cloud of black smoke. And he falls 10 feet back down onto the ground and takes another 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay. That was just one blast. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because you have 2 Eldritch Blasts, right, at your level?
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Holy fucking shit. That is 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Okay. 10. 9 plus 3, 12.
Okay.
Points of damage again. Dragged back up.
All right. As you do the exact same thing with with your second bolt in your left hand, just that sort of Eldritch Blast forms that black skull that just seems to open its mouth as it wraps and it grows bigger and just wraps itself around this berserker as the mouth of the black flame skull just closes in around him and bites down and yanks him back up into the air. He falls back down onto the ground and at the right angle strikes a rock onto the ground and cracks his skull, and there's just a pool of blood just pooling out below his skull, and he is not moving.
I'm gonna start cackling wildly, and that's my action. That's my turn. 1 point for trying the kill counter.
And at that, Reese, your wings remain out, and you have
Oh yeah.
the ability to fly once more.
Whoa.
As you just kind of soak in your victory at finally defeating the man who had taken your wings and trophies from countless other humanoids, who knows how many. The human trafficker, the slaver, the trophy hunter. You hold his head in your hands, and as black feathers fall all around all of you, you all see this happening with the black feathers, this rain now just kind of coming down from the sky, and you can see again the sun sort of illuminating Reese. Her black wings just... Reese, what do you do?
I'm gonna go check to see if the hostages are okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as Allery can, Allery's dismissing the air elemental, actually dismissing it, because otherwise it stays, and then sprinting over to where the hostages were held.
Yeah. I'm gonna dash over there too.
You have a flight speed now.
No.
Oh my god.
You have a flight speed of 40 feet.
40 feet? Cool.
I'm gonna try and compose myself and
Yeah.
start like
Us-
cackling, and then run over because I can bring people back from the brink of death as well.
As can Allery, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yes.
As you use your
I fucked up!
before you
Up!
Barely
kind of
dying.
fly over, you hear a voice whisper into your mind's race. It says, "Be free to fly once more, my child. Vengeance is yours." And as you fly over, you kind of all kick open the door, and you can see, bound and gagged, there are 3 dead bodies kind of bleeding from the ears of the sailors, the crew of the Star Goddess. And there is another man, there are 2 other men and 1 woman with red hair who is kind of bleeding from the nose, but they are bound and gagged, and they look up.
It's been less than a round since they like went down. Can we not spare the dying them?
It's
to
only been a
stabilize
round.
them?
You can now, because it was only 1 round.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
start
like,
trying to
don't
bring
worry,
people
you can't take anything from any of us anymore. So I took the ultimate prize from him.
As you kind of throw the head down on the ground, they kind of look up and just... And you have this moment where... Who has Spare the Dying?
both
Allery
Allery and
and
Trey.
Trey.
Okay, you both run over towards the bodies of these 3 sailors and immediately stabilize the 3 of them with that sort of black, deathly energy reaching out and embracing them, and this sort of shadowy, slithery, purple shadow just reaching and arcing in between all of them and stabilizing them. They all slowly begin to just let out a fevered, panicked breath, though their eyes remain closed. They're all still unconscious. But and the woman with red hair looks at you with just confusion and panic and expectation. Also, we gotta hydrate, so everyone please take a sip.
Oh, fuck, it's empty.
I'm gonna,
completely
can I
forgot that
untie them?
Yep, and you begin untying the crew.
I have lay on hands. I'm gonna give everyone that's still unconscious, so the 3 people,
Okay.
5 points of lay on hands each.
All right. As one by one, you kind of that sort of shadowy energy, and as you heal each one, you hear a "not yet" and a chuckle.
Yeah, I do love that the 2 fucking warlocks are the ones with Spare the Dying.
And as Allery, as you wait, you're not. You're just stabilizing. You're not, are you actually
Yes, I
healing
can
any of
only
them?
do Spare
Okay.
the Dying.
All right.
Wait, what was the not yet about?
That's just
I'll
your
bring
patron.
them
That's just your patron adding some flavor and flair.
Ah, okay.
Like
Just
it's
your
not their
patron being
time yet.
creepy.
Yeah. As they all just
Wakey.
and kind of 2 of them cough up blood, and you can see now the faces of the crew of the ship, those that you had saved from the brink of death. As I just tab back over here.
Yo, did y'all see what I done to that guy?
Those that you have brought back from the brink of death. See, this man.
Oh, look at him. Yeah.
Aww.
That
Aw.
looks correct. That doesn't look shady. I trust this man.
This
Oh, I
man.
really trust this man. He looks like the last movie Thor.
This
He
man.
looks like a dad.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
would-
These are all good dad guys.
Uh-huh.
I would fuck all of them.
And
Like your dad's Sona.
untying this man in the back, he just kind of lets his hair fly out, and he looks less damaged than anyone. He just goes, "What the fuck?" And there is a kind of bleeding from a small patch of sort of blood trickling from the ear and some out of both nostrils, kind of just looking like he has the worst hangover in the world.
My king.
This man,
Looks back at Nim, being like,
Oh my.
"We got carried
He's
away."
very fine, Essie.
and
Ooh.
the woman who
Oh.
Hello.
who
Oh.
identifies herself as the captain, just
Hot.
thank you.
No, she's hot.
Stop giving us hot NPCs. We can't take this.
And as you all
I
have
say
this
that
moment, and
we're too gay for this.
they kind of look out and they can see, you can all see, sort of standing in the doorway, the angelic figure of Reese, wings still outstretched and flapping, kind of angelically.
The
And
idea of Reese as an angelic figure
They-
is so funny to me.
they all kind of like everyone kind of collectively gazes up at Reese, and the sun is again positioned exactly at a point where it just illuminates her and makes her look like this just angelic figure that just radiates with energy. And the captain says, "Am I dead?"
Not yet.
Not yet, anyway.
Aller's gonna tap her knee and be like, "Not yet, honey. Trust me. This ain't death."
All of us, not yet.
And at that's where we're going to leave the session for tonight.
Exciting.
God.
I yo-yo the man
Oh.
from a ship that was dangling in a tree.
We gotta find someone to host, because I keep forgetting to do that, and we actually have to see.
I just
Let's
like
see who's live right now.
one shot killed like 4 people.
Yeah,
I
Trey
know.
was
My
like,
elemental guys, by the way, the plan was that he's
Yeah.
gonna get into that mage's space and fling
Yeah.
him 20 feet in a random direction
Nice.
off the boat, causing damage on the initial fling and adding
Apparently
10
probably
force
did a
damage
death hit,
in
too.
addition to his initial fall for each of the 10 feet he fell. So he would have taken twice the fall damage that he would have taken otherwise.
Nice.
He was just gonna fucking fly.
It's like farewell.
Farewell.